Welcome.
Finally, man.
Finally. We've been talking before this, but it's no problem. We didn't miss anything.
Yeah, it's a pleasure meeting you like in person at last.
Finally, yeah,
I've
dude.
been waiting for years, maybe. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
no,
how
no,
long
man.
it has been. I've known you since, I believe it was grade 8. No,
Grade
no,
8?
No. Grade 9 or 10 in EMS.
EMS.
How long have you been in EMS?
I was there for the first time in year 7,
Yeah.
and then I left at year 11. So 5 years, I think.
So that makes sense. So that's
Yeah.
like sort of reasonable because I said year 9. So yeah. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah,
time
year-
span. Because I was a year older
Yeah.
than you. I
2
think.
years, I think.
No way.
2 years. Like, were you with Wadih in
Yeah,
year 12?
all these guys.
In year 12 too, right?
Yeah, all these.
So I think you were two
Wait,
years.
what year? The Syrian guy?
No, Sheikh Saab.
Oh,
He's-
Wallahi, you mean.
Wadah, yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how to pronounce his
I
name.
mean,
I call him, yo, dude, Wadih.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
I have a question for you, bro.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your name? Because let me see
Yeah.
how I think in my head.
Get closer to your microphone.
sorry.
A little bit. Let me bring it up. Like, you can drag it a little bit. You can adjust it for yourself.
Okay,
Wherever
is-
makes you
is
comfortable.
good?
I guess make come a little bit closer. Right, I'll help you out. Wait.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is much better.
Alright, this is better. Yeah.
Yeah, wait. So, like, you don't have to. There we go.
Nice, man.
Just come a little bit closer to the microphone, so at least you can take
So
good
tell
quality.
me, is this good? Just remind me whenever I need to get closer.
Yeah, I need to remind myself too. Like, at least this near.
Yeah.
This near is like much better.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, my name. Yeah. What about
So
it?
in my head,
Yeah.
the way I think it's pronounced is Mirza. In Arabic, like that.
Really?
But in my accent, we say Mirza. We butchered because
Yeah,
Arabic
yeah.
is like is bad. So
Everything,
basically,
yeah,
how
literally.
is it supposed to be pronounced in your language? How do you say it in Urdu,
Mirza.
I believe? Mirza?
Mirza? Yeah. Mirza is.
Yeah, it sounds much easier to say Mirza because
it's
I don't want to say
M-R-Z-A.
Mirza like.
Mirza, yeah,
It
no.
don't sound too like Arabic. Like
Murd means I think means woman or man in Urdu. I think something like that.
That's
Murd,
crazy.
yeah, Murd means man.
Oh.
So I don't.
What's the actual meaning though? Do your parents? say?
Mirza, yeah, Mirza is my family name, by the way. It's now my name. All right, let me give you that.
Yo, this is crazy. We're unpacking things here.
Yeah.
on the
So
podcast.
there's a history behind Mirza. I'll tell you that. But
Yeah.
my real name,
Yeah.
my name is Ibrahim. That's my name.
Dude, why do you like?
You
You Southeastern Asian brothers, you always do this thing where I don't know your actual name. There's like 3 names for each
trying
person.
to hide from the government.
Dude, like my actual housemates in the UK. First year I lived there.
Yeah,
for my
right.
studies.
Yeah.
I lived with 2 people from Hyderabad in India,
Right.
but they have a similar culture to Pakistani people, of course, because you
Yeah.
know how it is in the subcontinent.
Right.
You guys all share the same clothes, same food.
Yeah.
And these guys, this is the male that was with me.
Yeah.
His other friend. One of them was called Mohammed, and another point his name was Faisal, and I didn't
Right.
know what his actual name was. To this day, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Like I just call him Mohammed and Faisal depending on my mood. Like you know, one day, saw Faisal, how's it going, man? I haven't talked to you in years.
Right.
Anyways, continue. What about your origin story?
Well, yeah, I mean that's how everyone is, right? I don't know about the Indians or like the Bangladeshi or like the whole south side of the Asia people,
Yeah.
but in my family, right,
Yeah.
the Mirza family name, if you're a man, your family name has to be first. If you're in the Mirza family, so mine's Mirza Ibrahim, and then my father's name Nadim. That's how it is.
Wow.
So yeah, and for women they don't have the women they usually put it at the back. So it'll be their name and their father's name. That's how it is.
Interesting.
But for a guy, it's this. It goes back to 400 years ago, 400, 500 years ago. Mirzas are basically, it's like a status name. It's more of like, he could be a scholar, he could be a high status soldier,
It's
commander.
The same, it's interesting
Yeah.
what you're saying. It's very interesting what you're saying because
Yeah.
we had the same cultural shift in Arab countries.
Mm.
Most, I would say, if not all Arab countries, have this societal change. Where
Right.
we used to have this thing where, like, our last name would be the tribe back then, back in the day.
Right, yeah.
Or like something, the certain tribe, or it would be the country that he's from, Al-Yemeni,
Yeah, right.
Al-Iraqi, Al-Hashmi, Al-Basrawi.
Yeah,
But
right.
then something happened where we started having the status or the job of your ancestor.
Right.
So mine is Alkatib, which means the writer, because my dad's great-great-grandfather was a writer in Shatra in southern Iraq.
Right.
And he actually worked with the British colonial government for some reason. I don't know what he was doing. But that was his thing.
Right.
That was his story. And
Yeah.
that was interesting because his job
Yeah.
is my last name. It has nothing to do with my
Right.
actual tribe. I know my tribe,
Yeah.
but we don't really have any pride.
Right.
Like, for some reason, I noticed in Gulf countries,
Bring this a little bit closer. A little bit closer.
saying in Gulf countries, Gulf Arab countries like
Right.
Saudi Arabia and whatnot,
Right.
they actually take great pride in their tribes to this day.
True.
which kind of makes sense because they were colonized the last by the West.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Too many times. Yeah.
So you see that they're proud of their like tribes, but in like
Same as
Syria, Jordan, you don't really hear about tribes. You just hear
Yeah.
about his last name is that or this, and you don't know like that has anything to do with tribe. It's just some random name at the end, like Hashim or Abdullah Aboudi. Some
Yeah.
weird like they even do this thing
Yeah.
with Aboud. It's not even like
Yeah.
Abdullah. It's just Aboud. For some reason, a guy called Abdullah Aboud, Mohammed Mohammadin. Like
Yeah.
random names, like you don't
Yeah,
know what
right.
that is. It's just like, oh yeah, my ancestor, this, that.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the tribe.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do it.
So I think you
Exactly
guys
right.
have the same thing, which I find interesting.
I mean, okay, mine's a little bit different because my descendants are from Genghis Khan, and
Oh no,
okay,
that's another thing.
yeah,
That's a whole other thing.
yeah. Okay, so Mirza is kind of different from other
Yeah.
ancestries because ours is like, yes, it's a family name,
Yeah.
and we kind of take pride. We do kind of take pride of it. This one because before our downfall, my ancestors basically ruled the Mughal Empire. There's a Mongol Empire and there's Mughal Empire.
I know, of course, I heard
Yeah,
of
the Mughal Empire basically controlled India, Pakistan as an
Yeah,
Islamic.
I'm aware of that, yeah.
Yeah, and my ancestors kind of ruled, and yeah, and
But you know
that,
what's funny though?
Yeah,
Like Mughal Empire is literally means Mongol. It's just the
Mongol
way that,
in
that we
Arabic.
pronounce it in like the Eastern
Yeah,
culture. You
yeah.
say Maghul.
Mughal, yeah.
Mongols.
Mughal was actually like by
Yeah.
the Arabs, like that. That's how they pronounce it. They're like, oh, like instead of saying Mongol, they said Mughal. That's how we got the name for the empire.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah. So yeah, these were my ancestors, and later on, the way they rose up is through Islamically. They rose up like they followed Islam in the proper way. In the end, they lost because the last ruler wasn't really.
I believe it was
Yeah.
the British that took power from them.
In
It's
the
like-
end, yeah. In the end, British
and I
came
believe
in.
they disgraced the last monarchs that you guys had. I
Oh,
believe it was
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Like there's this whole drama.
Yeah.
It's very sad when you hear about it. They
Sucks.
literally humiliate. It's very crazy to think about because the spirit of that region was the royal family. They were like the Mughals.
Yeah.
And when you take them and you break them, you almost broke the spirit of the locals in that
Literally, yeah.
area, which is very interesting. And I think the British obviously did that on purpose because
Divide and conquer.
exactly. Thank you. It's very interesting when you think about it because all these countries that contribute to shaping the Indian subcontinent are now divided.
Literally.
I'm not necessarily saying like Indian people, Pakistani people, and I believe Bangladeshi people.
Yeah.
What's the other country that was supposed to be in that shell like of the? I believe it's 3 countries. From what I know.
Nepal also. You can say Nepal also. Basically,
Maybe.
the whole India. Not
huge,
China though.
bro.
Yeah,
It's
it's huge.
absolutely-
Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, some bit of Nepal. Because when the mountains came, that's it. That's where they stopped. They couldn't. They
Wow.
couldn't stop that. Yeah, they couldn't go through the Himalayas, and they couldn't go through Iran, Iran side, and in Afghanistan side. Even in fact, they lost to Afghanistan. There was a war invasion.
Yeah,
Which
I
they
mean, it's
lost
always
over.
the thing with Afghanistan. They just
Yeah,
keep
bro.
beating these people.
Undefeated.
Bro, and look, most people say it's the mountains, but I mean,
Transportation.
these people, exactly,
And people.
resources, transportation, people, the local resistance.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were saying it was like you said, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan,
Yeah.
and I believe
The whole
maybe
region.
Sri Lanka, but it's just like an island.
It's an island. Or
So-
it already got took over. Straight
That
up.
makes sense.
No, wait, did it?
Maybe it got took over by the Portuguese. Who knows?
Yeah, true. Because I remember I was reading history. I don't think so, Sri Lanka. But they're just like, you can do it. Like, we
Yeah.
got nothing to do on, so you can come. No
Yeah.
problem. They're embracing it. Yeah, no, it sucks. Truly sucks because for that reason, that's why I live in Qatar now. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so like, yeah, it does
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Dude, it's funny because you probably heard this 100 times. Everyone here, like listening, probably heard this a million times too. That if just one small event changed in history, your current life will be so much different.
Butterfly effect, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind
One
of like
tiny move.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like it's weird because like now I'm just a normal civilian, but my ancestors were a royal family, a royal
It's
ruled
crazy, man.
a large
Yeah, it's
population, a
crazy.
large piece
Dude,
of land.
I'm pretty sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm like 90% certain that the Mughal Empire, at that point in history, between, I'd say, 16th century, 1500s,
Yeah.
to the 1800s, early 1800s.
Yeah.
These 3 centuries, I believe they were the richest monarchy in the world due to the resources of the Indian subcontinent.
Yeah, bro.
That was crazy. Like, you can even look at the Taj Mahal. Just looking at that,
Yeah. By the way, it wasn't made for a mosque or anything. That was made for a
That-
dead wife.
that was the funny thing. That was the funny thing.
The irony.
That was the funny, yeah, that was the irony. Like,
That's how rich they were.
yeah, that's how, dude, it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
That's for my wife.
White
It's not
marble.
even-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even a mosque. Yeah.
They were
It's
even
just a
trying.
graveyard.
They were even trying. Yeah. I just did that.
They just did it. Yeah. Yeah.
Different
they-
times, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, they're dude. It's weird. Yeah, no, for me that's the part of the history. Like, I kind of like it because this kind of motivates me. I'm like the comeback, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like all right, I'll start. I mean, I'll tell you my own personnel. Like like
Go
I had
ahead.
my own downfalls and stuff in my family. Like right now as it is. But yeah, we can talk about this later in the podcast later on. But
No
yeah,
worries.
that's my ancestries. Yeah,
Beautiful, man.
that's what it used to be.
Yeah.
I
All I was
wanna,
gonna say is,
yeah,
if you don't mind me saying,
yeah,
all I was gonna say was, with your family and your history, I believe it's very important for you to know, your family history, not in a way of like showing off. It's just so you can learn from mistakes. That's what I like to do. I
exactly.
like to take the
Yeah,
good things and forget about the bad things. It's like,
yeah,
خلاص, that happened.
that happened. Yeah,
Allah will deal with whoever did that mistake, and
that's his fault, not
inshallah
mine.
He
Yeah,
forgives him.
yeah,
But as for myself, I'm just gonna keep doing what the main family core tradition was.
yeah,
So like work hard, stay
yeah.
motivated, love your family, these things,
Exactly.
خلاص, and
Basic
cherish
stuff.
your
Yeah.
history and your culture in a
Exactly.
way that doesn't oppress other people
Exactly.
and disrespect them. It's that
Right.
simple.
Yeah,
And
I
I
totally
believe,
agree. Yeah.
most monarchies started from like a few good people, like a few good people, and that's from a certain family who worked really hard, and everyone started respecting that family just because of these few individuals in that family.
Yeah.
That showing how much they are willing to sacrifice for the greater good of the citizens
Oh, yeah,
that they
yeah.
rule over. That's
Right.
literally how it starts.
That's how it. Yeah.
But then slowly, people get weak. They, jealousy, pride,
The rise
power.
and fall. It's I think natural in empires. I feel like every empire comes up, they fall off. So I think yeah, for this specific empire, it's because they rose because what they valued exactly what you just said. They first conquered themselves within themselves, and then they moved on, and they were Muslims. So in them like the way they rose up is being Muslims, and in the end
Yeah.
they the last guy kind of made left and right decisions, which kind of caused a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So I totally get what you mean. They're already weak. That's the problem. The empire was already weak. They didn't fight any battles against the British.
Have you heard
Like,
of the Marathas?
the Marathas?
You never. So basically, there was a strong Hindu empire.
Mm.
It was not necessarily like it has nothing to do part with religion. I think it was just like a cultural thing where they thought
Right.
that the Mughals, literally Mongols,
Yeah.
were different. They weren't native to the Indian region, and they thought these guys were ruling over us. So it's very interesting
Right.
how that shifted. And I believe a few Muslim kingdoms sided with the Marathas against
Right.
the Mughals.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it was a whole thing. Like it wasn't just the British; it was the
Big
whole
region.
situation.
It
Yeah.
was a huge region for different people. Yeah.
Anyways, what were you saying? Like previously, I think you were trying.
In the end, a lot of civil war happened. Divide and conquer, right? Divide everything, fight each other. That's where the British came in. That's how they took over. In the end, everything was broke down. British took their perfect opportunity to take it over, piece by piece, and that's how they did it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I said, it literally we had the same experience in the Middle East.
Yeah,
with
same.
Africa.
That's what they did. Yeah.
It's very sad,
Insane.
and
Yeah.
and like I said, I believe that was the main reason why people from my region, Middle East, we kind of gave up on our tribal culture or tribal traditions because we
Right.
thought the white man
Yeah.
came with his power and strength and all his might,
Right.
technology.
Yeah.
We should aim to be like him as
Yeah.
opposed to our ancestors.
We
who-
used to be like that. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. But like in our immediate
Yeah.
state of mind,
Yeah. Exactly.
you know how they say the zeitgeist, like the state of affairs in a certain society, a certain
Right.
region, a certain time and place.
Yeah.
The mentality of the population was we are weak, we are pathetic. Our
Exactly.
culture, our language is weak. We cannot beat
Right.
the enemy. And so we looked at the enemy and we thought, if we can't beat him, let's just become the enemy.
Yeah.
Us, like, what are we gonna
Can't
do?
beat them. Join
Let's
them.
wear shirts, t-shirts.
Yeah,
Look, I'm
right.
not saying it's bad to wear a t-shirt.
It's not bad. Yeah. Right. It's just that.
It's just the mentality
mentality.
behind it.
Yeah,
why we
right.
abandoned
Right.
our older.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Plus, yeah, like wars have been like 21st century. We had wars like what 5 years ago. The war in Iraq, war in Syria.
Yeah,
a lot of
I mean
these
it's
wars,
still going on.
which is it's still going on. It's not done yet.
Yeah. But you see, it has a very
Aftermath.
deep-rooted cause. It's like these things have all been like building up for thousands of years. Like
It was
led
meant
up-
to be.
It was meant to be. Like that's when we look at. I was gonna say this actually. When we look at the past,
Right.
and we can't really dwell on these things already happened because khalas, Allah has predestined this,
Right.
and it is His judgment, and He is the most wise after all, right? So what we have to do is we take these things, and like I told you, same thing with your family and my family did,
Right.
and, their ancestors too. We just learn from what they did
Yeah.
wrong, and khalas,
Wrong,
just
yeah, we move
implement
on, yeah.
a better state of affairs, better
Yeah.
plan. That's what it is really.
Exactly. Yeah. I totally agree. Cause yeah, that's how I see it.
Because we
I
can
like,
spend, dude, we can spend
yeah.
forever talking about all the great things we could have
Yeah,
accomplished
we could
if
have
we had
accomplished-
just maybe,
we just
if the Mongols didn't sack Baghdad, if this happened, if
Exactly.
British didn't come, if the Portuguese didn't, bro, it happened, and we
There-
have to deal
yeah.
with it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't you think like the judgment signs are happening, right? They're going to happen anyways, right? It's inevitable.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
My sister was telling. Let me just interject.
Yeah,
for a
no
sec.
problem,
My
no
sister
problem.
just told me yesterday that she
Yeah.
was looking at TikTok. It's funny because out of all places, it was TikTok that showed her that video, and she was like, "Oh, apparently in this TikTok, all the minor signs of judgment day have already happened." Like, it's not. I'm not saying just because TikTok is true, but it's just the idea of it actually happening. I don't know if it happened or lie, but if it did happen,
Something
just the
happening.
idea scares me.
Dude, it does. No,
Like-
yeah, but not like I've read some of the minor signs and some the major signs. Obviously, they take time, but they'll be aware when
Yeah.
it comes. But the minor signs are a little bit crazy. They're detailed, in a sense. The majors are just like over simplified. That's what's gonna. But the minor ones are a little bit
That's
detailed,
what
where
I'm
it's
saying.
gonna happen, this
True
and that.
facts, man.
The one that really kind of, I'm gonna use the foul language, shit my pants, is the Afrat River. That's
Yeah.
gonna drown and there's gonna be gold there. That one kind of killed me. I was like, okay, how is it gonna drown? Like, how it's gonna, global warming, 30, 50 years. I was like, okay, damn, 50 years, we're gonna have another war in Iraq or somewhere in Syria because of those rivers.
Yeah.
But then I read a little bit more, why these rivers were drowning. I mean, until now, in Syria, they're kind of like, they're complaining that the waters, like they can't farm anymore over the river, next
Wow.
rivers. And they're like, why is that happening? Basically, the rivers, they come from the mountains of Turkey. And Turkey has too many dams there. And they're creating
let
more.
me just say, also, you're on. So you're on the right track. You're
Right.
totally right. That's
Right.
where they come from. The rivers. They come from streams,
Yeah.
high altitude mountains, right? And that's true because it comes from literally both our main rivers. They
Yeah.
come from Turkey
Yeah.
and Iran,
Iran, yeah.
and they're both like they have their own geopolitical
Yeah,
whatever.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but it is affecting the local people. They have nothing to do with this politics. All they want to do is just wake up to their day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
And they have water buffaloes to feed.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
exactly.
cattle. They don't really care, man.
They don't
They're
really
just trying to
care.
sell their
Exactly.
milk and their butter to
Exactly.
some other supermarket. They don't really actually.
They just want food on their table in the end.
Thank you, man.
That-
and
that's-
it's crazy
yeah.
that all of this is just happening because of governments. Dude, you ever think
Yeah.
like these people that live in these areas? Do they ever think about the Science Judgment Day and they're like,
No, I don't.
why
Yeah.
are we letting it happen? I don't
Never,
know. Like
yeah.
I know it sounds weird, but like
I don't
bet-
think so. They.
Can't someone in the government just be like, you know what, guys, let's not.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the
exactly.
Constitution-
I'm like, look, we'll lose some electricity. The electricity price will go high, but let's stop the Judgment Day
Well,
a little
I'll-
bit lower. We can change time a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, I understand why it's happening. Like, they care less. They care
It's
about.
funny, yeah, because it's gonna happen anyway.
It is what it
regardless
is,
of we
yeah.
think, yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, it's a lot of stuff. And like another one that blows my mind, right? Like the topic about the Dajjal coming to like the part of Israel,
Yeah.
like that area. He's gonna come from there, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I heard he's gonna land somewhere in. What I understand is he's gonna operate in that area. Like,
Area.
He's gonna come in Palestine or Syria.
And look, after World War II, it's just a World War II. Didn't affect Middle East, didn't affect any of these countries. But if you look at the long-term process, it did. Brought all the Jews from Israel, like, they created this nation, the Zionists.
Dude, like, I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't know if you read, like, you probably read about World War I and World War II in school, but have you actually ever done your research? Have you ever looked at the general idea,
Yeah.
the general picture of what happened in these two wars? The general picture is blurry. Because I'll
Right.
tell you what, the more you read about it, the more you get confused. Like, why? Like, dude, it does not actually make sense why
No.
the wars happened.
Right,
It's
yeah.
very sketchy.
Right, yeah, true.
Dude, our history as a human race just sometimes, it sometimes doesn't make sense.
Yeah, true.
And I just don't overthink it because
Exactly.
I just like, halas, like, I'm here.
It is what it is.
Dude, I don't really like. Look,
Yeah.
you know these conspiracy theories. They tell you this happened because
Yeah,
of
there's
that.
but there's
I'm
these
not talking about what you're saying necessarily.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's some other crazy
some stuff like that's
Like,
sus.
dude, just take it easy and like.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
Yeah, true.
So why do we have to assume like, halas? Like
Yeah.
what you know for a fact now is
Yeah.
you're here.
yeah,
Now.
yeah.
And you have to act now.
You have to act now, yeah.
Don't get lost in the future and the
Yeah,
past. That's
because
the-
200 years
we do
later,
that
someone
as-
else is talking like
Dude,
this.
as society, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
especially like our Eastern society, we
Yeah,
we
right,
get
right.
so like hung to like stuff that happened hundreds of years ago, you know.
True, true, true.
Well, yeah, but still going back to that, whole topic.
Right.
I just wrote like World War II, like, dude, why did Hitler, for example, help the Russians, Soviets take Poland, and then like I don't know if you read that.
Attack.
I bet you didn't even
Yeah.
know that in school. Like they didn't tell us in school.
Right, right.
Dude, they literally it wasn't just the Germans that invaded Poland. It was
Yeah.
actually Germany and the Soviet Union,
Yeah, right.
which is
I knew
weird
that.
and very sus. Like,
True.
why, if they're two opposing
Two.
ideologies, why are they helping
Yeah.
each other?
No, they did alliance themselves. They're like, hey, look, well, let's make alliance now. Then we can talk about fighting each other later.
It's just weird. Like,
And the son was like, okay, let's
Yeah,
let's
like,
take Poland right now. Yeah, what,
yeah, like, yeah,
line for
right,
each other.
sure.
So that's how they did
oh,
it.
so we're gonna kill each other in
Later on,
Yeah, like
yeah.
2
Not
years
now.
after, literally 2
2
years,
years after, yeah.
this in 1941.
I wish they didn't attack. I mean, okay, for Hitler, I wish if he didn't, if he wanted to live on with his Nazi, right,
Yeah.
he should have alliance with Soviets, right, not fight with them.
We all wish wars don't happen.
Don't have it, but like I'm saying, like I didn't say I wish I wish Hitler was alive, but I'm like saying
no.
in a sense, like if he wanted to live forward, right, if he wanted to like stay alive, because in the end he got squashed from both sides. That's what happened. Like geopolitically, he lost it, right. If he didn't attack Soviet,
Yeah.
and just stayed focused on the Americans and the British, he would have been fine until now. Probably would be speaking Germany. Some half of the world is probably speaking Germany right now as we speak. That's what it would. That's, the outcome could have been different. But yeah, I don't know why he attacked. I mean, they were almost near to Moscow. They were very close to taking over Moscow, but winter.
I mean, it was literally called the Battle of Moscow in
Yeah.
1914 November, I believe.
Yeah.
And as you said, the winter literally destroyed all their vehicles.
Winter is the best friend of Russia.
It's crazy.
Napoleon
Dude,
lost
and
it.
it's funny because they
Yeah.
never learn. People, like, their greed overtakes them. They're like, all right, yeah, I'm going to take
They never
Afghanistan,
learn.
I'm gonna take...
Yeah. You never learned the stuff that happened there in the past.
I mean, it's ambition. Like, that's the thing about it. Like,
True.
many great people became great because of their risks. Their great
yeah,
risks.
yeah. How much crazy they were for it. Yeah.
I mean, you have to be a bit crazy. Like, to be like Alexander the Great. Dude, you know, he reached India.
You reached
Dude,
Afghanistan.
Yeah, like...
Afghanistan, India,
he
yeah.
literally...
True. And
You
his
know-
favorite
you know-
people
you know
were
what's funny?
Afghanistan.
Dude, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
He actually conquered, like, his generals actually conquered Afghanistan. I'm not sure if it was him or his generals, but the Bactrian kingdom was in Afghanistan. One day Afghanistan was a mix of Hindu and local, it was mixed with local Hindu culture,
Yeah.
local whatever culture that was there already,
Yeah.
as well as Greek Hellenic culture.
Yeah.
And it was a crazy experience in the history of Central Asia. Like,
True.
such things would never have happened if it wasn't for this crazy guy
Yeah.
who convinced his troops to continue
Yeah.
marching for decades. Not years.
Decades.
All their children,
Right.
all their old wives, they're in Greece.
Yeah.
And they were still convinced because they had this crazy guy, one crazy guy, young guy. He was probably like our age. He was like 20, 21 when we first started.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
And like
wow.
he kept going. It was crazy. He was like, I'm gonna conquer the whole world. But then he suddenly his you know the story where his best friend died. And
Yeah.
They had a relation. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't
he,
know.
you know,
I
he
don't know
became
that.
heartbroken, and apparently he died just a year after. So it's
Damn.
very crazy.
Right. Yeah, no, man. And he said Afghanistan people are like one of his favorite people. That's what
Yeah.
he said when he took over
I'm
that
not
place.
sure, yeah. But I think he married someone from that region. too,
Yeah. He said.
His wife wasn't even like he had a new wife, and she wasn't even Greek. She
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
something.
But he did say that this was his favorite spot. Like this is like his favorite people out of all the places he conquered.
Yeah, he probably said it. I'm not sure, but he said a lot of things too. Like,
Yeah, other two. Yeah.
he said a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man. Yeah, that was a weird conquering though. Even also Napoleon. If we're gonna talk about the Russian thing, right? The favorite. What do you call it? Best friend of Russia. It's winter. Even Napoleon lost to Russia.
Yeah, that was a famous one.
That was a downfall for him too. That's why he lost his empire because of the winter. He started running back.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And like there was reports apparently of people like having their legs literally freezing, you know, like frostbite
Yeah,
in their
yeah,
fingers,
yeah.
and their legs literally becoming ice cubes. Imagine how. Okay, like I'm not trying to say anything like vulgar in my language, but dude, if your friend's legs literally became ice cubes, how would you react? That's something like beyond like fuck, bro. Like you either gonna have to chop his legs off, or like let him freeze inside. So like at some point, someone has to take something and break someone's leg like it's a popsicle, bro.
War is war.
That's literally as you
I
said.
think that's how a lot of soldiers like mentally they got destroyed, right? Like they have
Dude,
like issues, right?
Dude, you know what I read about? I read apparently
Yeah.
that ancient cultures they actually spoke about PTSD, but they didn't call it PTSD.
All right, okay.
I want you to guess what they thought. I want you to guess what they thought what they called PTSD. What do you think that they associated with PTSD, but they didn't really call it PTSD? I bet you can think of something. Like when you kill someone, what would you think these people, these superstitious people, believed happens when you kill someone?
Psychopath?
No, like what happens to the person's body when he gets killed after you kill him?
Oh, I don't know. Like
His spirit.
spirit. Yeah.
Here's what they thought. Apparently, in ancient Mesopotamia, they thought that when you
Right.
kill someone,
Yeah.
his spirit will go inside you, and that's why you would have these nightmares when you go to sleep. That's why you would start shaking all of a sudden every time you're trying to eat.
you're
Every
doing
time.
this, yeah, right.
It's very interesting how people like would associate. But now, like it's like a medical condition.
Medical
100%.
condition.
Yeah.
Curable, I guess. A little bit. Is it curable?
That's a good question. I don't know.
You don't know.
It should be, right? Because like there must be a way to cope with it.
It's
Because-
damaged, but like you can clean off.
Probably.
Scrub off the
I
scratches.
guess there's levels of it.
Right.
Probably levels to it.
Yeah, no, war is different. I don't know how like
Yeah.
respect to anyone who goes through any type
I mean,
of
I
war.
believe in the Islamic literature. We know
Yeah.
that war is not a favorable circumstance. We know.
True,
war
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
like a last option.
Last option.
Like I believe all but one of the Prophet ﷺ's wars
Yeah.
were defensive.
Defensive,
I'm
right?
pretty sure. Bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't
They
like
never
yeah,
attacked,
They
yeah.
weren't happy.
They never
weren't-
attacked, yeah,
They were
true,
never
true.
excited to go to war. That's the thing I found. It was always
Yeah.
like a tribulation. It was always like everyone was sad. It was serious. It was like very like a gray.
Because like both sides are losing, in a sense. Yeah, one is gonna win out of but like you're having still both sides are having losses. I think that's the one thing. I'm also against war, and like I wish it was like more of like convincing of mind, but it's kind of gone harder and harder now
Yeah.
to convince someone with their opinions and their views to change. You know, especially like the war now in the Ukraine and Russia.
Oh
How
my
can you
God.
convince Putin to stop war? But it was meant to be, right? Like
Yeah, I mean,
it was happening since 2014.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was already happening. It's weird. No one talked about it in 2014, but everyone started talking about it now.
I know, but like thing is with 2014, it wasn't Russia versus. It wasn't like on paper. It wasn't like a, as you say, it wasn't a nominal. Like it wasn't like official war.
Yeah,
It wasn't like how do you say it? What's the word when you yeah? It wasn't a conventional war. It wasn't like Russia declares war in Ukraine. It was
Yeah.
just like Russian supported puppet states
Yeah.
in Ukraine within the
Ukraine,
Ukrainian border.
and Crimea.
It was Luhansk and it was
Right.
Luhansk People's Republic,
Yeah.
Korean People's Republic, and
South,
it was
yeah.
some other thing.
That's a large piece of land that just
But
took.
the thing is, these people were
Yeah.
already in the Ukrainian border. These people
Yeah.
were Russian-speaking citizens of
Yeah, yeah,
Ukraine,
yeah,
and they so it's like I don't really. It wasn't like as taboo. It was just like okay, these people want independence, and they want it at all costs. So and they had support from Russia, obviously, but it wasn't like Russia actually like literally came.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. Maybe
Yeah.
okay, maybe some.
But like
instances-
slowly, like
Yeah,
very,
but
very
it was like,
slowly.
Yeah, it was like basically.
Just saying hi to a neighbor and you slowly bring him in.
Yeah, it was
give
like
him
sort of
tea,
like
chai,
from
you
the
know.
back roads. It was like
Yeah.
the Russians were kind of there.
Yeah,
But
but
it wasn't like
officially.
all out war. But
Yeah.
dude, this time it was.
This one is forcing.
Dude, and he didn't even call it a war. Putin, it was like special operation.
special operation.
Dude, it sounds kind of scary, right? Like, well, why the hell would you call it special operation? What kind of?
Imagine playing Fortnite, right? And then you're in Kiev right now, just sitting and just hearing that, oh, there's war happening, right? And you're
No,
sitting.
war. It's special operation.
It's special operation.
But like, obviously it's a war. But it's just weird. Like, why is it called special operation anyway? It's very sus, I guess.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Special operation war. I don't even see it as war. It's just battle, just invading someone easily. I mean, I don't think the Ukrainians have that much power against Russia. They don't, right?
But dude, they survived. It's
They
been,
somehow
like,
survived,
4
yeah.
months now, and they've
I think Russia is gonna
Fine.
wait till winter to make deal with the Germans for the like petrol prices and stuff like that. I think that's how they're gonna probably force. Like I think and they're gonna. I think Putin's gonna wait till Russia to like in winter time, and then he's gonna go push in more, because obviously the oil prices and everything, because Russia provides
Yeah.
German and all of these countries oil, so I think
gas too, I believe.
gas too. Yeah, so I think most all of these stuff I think is gonna affect economically for the Europeans. So I think they're probably gonna do some shady deal, each other to like, oh, you can take more Ukraine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, man, it's weird. But here's the thing, right? I don't know. I've seen a lot of videos in Ukraine, like the where they're getting invaded, right? Most of them are Russians, right? Obviously, that's where the Russian people, the culture, and everything. That's where they came out. But the Ukrainians kind of like dislike that side of the Ukraine people. Like the
So,
government doesn't really care about
Yeah.
that side of the area, the neighboring side of Russia. The area. They don't really care about the people, right? In a sense, like people say that they disgrace those Pacific civilians in those part of the area because they're mostly Russians, speaking Russian, not even.
Yeah, you're probably right, man.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
gonna
I think in a way most of the people are happy. Like there's videos of like farmers saying, "Oh, thank you. We've been waiting for this since 1988."
No, but
Yeah.
that's saying the locations that the Russians have taken over so far
Yeah.
are all like mostly Russians.
Mostly Russians, yeah.
They're
Not
not
even.
really Ukrainian areas.
Exactly.
So it's like, look, it's never black and white. Sometimes it's just
Yeah.
gray. You don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
You just let it play out and you just
Yeah.
stay away and just watch.
But for the Europeans, it's kind of scary because like
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, finish like World War Two, World War One, World War Two. That's it. No more
Yeah.
wars in Europe." And then now out of nowhere in 21st century, you're having war with two European countries. Then now everyone's kind of freaking out like, "This is not what is
Yeah.
supposed to happen."
You know what? It's interesting because, like you said, remember when you were talking about how in 2014 no one actually cared?
Yeah.
Because it was actually kind of small. It wasn't like a big conflict. It was just
Yeah.
Ukraine and puppet states
Puppet
trying to
states,
seek
yeah.
independence. Interestingly enough, I don't know if you remember, in the 90s there was a whole war in the former Yugoslav countries. So basically, there was a country called Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Then it split up to Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, I believe, and maybe
Uh,
Croatia wasn't even part of it. But yeah, you know what I mean. These
Yeah.
Balkan countries,
Albania
many
also,
of
right?
them, Albania, of course,
Yeah.
Albania and
Yeah.
Kosovo.
Alright.
But it's crazy, man. They had like literal genocides.
Yeah.
And
True.
like the Europeans, they didn't actually respond to it like they did now to the Russian-Ukraine situation. And no one
Right.
actually talks about that Yugoslav
Yeah,
civil
true,
war
true, yeah.
because it wasn't really something that affected a lot of the Europeans. It was just like these crazy Balkans
In
that
the
were
mountains.
half Turkish. They were half
Yeah.
because they considered because you know the Bosnians are a Muslim population.
Yeah,
like
so they
60,
didn't
70%.
Probably
They,
wouldn't
they were
care.
like they're half Turks,
Muslims.
killing each other.
Who gives a
Yeah,
shit? Yeah.
it's like yeah, but Europe has been at war for a long time though. Like
True.
people shouldn't forget that Europe took a lot of evolution to get to where it is at this global stage. They went through so much, and one might argue, many people actually might argue that the Middle East and the East in general, like the Eastern Islamic region,
Yes.
has been sleeping like in slumber for centuries. All we've been doing was we invented hookah. I'm not even like you know probably know like
I
hookah.
agree.
We
I
literally
would
invented that.
agree to this part. Yeah.
We literally just like would sit in
Yeah.
our cafes, not do
Right.
anything. Meanwhile, the Europeans were killing each other, inventing new weapons and new ways to
Literally.
torture people, kill people.
Exactly.
New ways to literally the reason
Yeah.
why we have planes is because the Europeans in World War One were like, you know what? How are we gonna find these guys'
Tanks,
factories?
too.
Reconnaissance. They
Yeah.
use like reconnaissance airplanes. And they
Yeah.
just, you know, spying on each other.
Planes, tanks. Germans are the ones who created tanks.
Crazy man.
Yeah. So yeah, they were ahead of their like they were creating stuff, and yeah, I do agree. Even and obviously India at that time was India and Pakistan was colonized by the British, so like there was no chance. We were trying to figure out how can we get independence in
Thing
the
is,
first
though,
place.
let me tell you this though. You know,
Yeah.
the first rocket was actually invented. They say it was the V2 rocket or the V1 was invented by the Germans. No, no, it was actually invented by the Kingdom of Mysore,
Mysore.
in I believe Central West India,
West
around that
India.
region near Hyderabad, I believe.
Mm.
But anyways, they had a sultan called Tipu Sultan. I don't know if you heard of him.
No, I
But
don't.
this is
yeah.
crazy, especially for you guys.
Right.
So you guys should know this. And
Right.
when I first heard of this, my mind blew up. Literally,
Really?
because rocket artillery.
Talk about it
They invented rocket artillery in India.
in
The
India.
Muslim Mysore Kingdom invented it.
Wow.
Crazy stuff, bro. And you don't hear of it. And literally, it's funny I'm saying this because I have a game that I play. It's like an Napoleonic era game.
Right.
The only people that have rocket artillery in the game are the British because they stole from the Indians.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They like in the game. It's really OP. Like
Shit.
it's like constant like barrages of
Bro,
artillery.
I
And to
didn't
this
know
day-
this.
And dude, it's going on in Ukraine now, bro.
Yeah.
Like the rocket artillery is such a good like piece of technology that it's very
Yeah, still being used.
efficient, bro. Yeah, it's very good in the front lines.
True,
Like,
true.
Destroy enemy resistance, bro.
Dude,
It's
I
insane.
didn't know this.
Dude, the British were literally, I believe, in the first. There was like 4 Mysore wars. It was like the first British Mysore war. The Mysoreans won
Yeah.
because their artillery, and the
Yeah.
British, dude, they were humiliated, bro.
Shit.
No, bro, it's like crazy. No, it's deep. No, like it's deep. People don't talk about this.
You
It's
don't.
deep.
They,
Dude,
it's not even in the history books.
Dude, they were destroyed. They were obliterated, and they were like, "We need to do something. We need to steal this. Crap. We have to get a piece of this." And they did. And look what happened. They took over all of India.
Took over all India.
It was a different place back then. Wallah, it was very different. Our culture is very different. We were like always advancing in fields.
Legit, dude.
Dude, I'll give you the simplest example. In medieval Spain, you heard of this.
Right.
It wasn't all of Spain, obviously. It was a piece of Spain and Portugal at the time
Yeah.
called Andalusia,
Yeah.
the region. It was like
Yeah.
central and southern Iberia.
Yes.
Iberian Peninsula.
Yeah.
And basically, the Muslims there were so advanced to the point that even the smallest, minute stuff, they would be very delicate with it. Like, for example, cooking. They had a
Right.
cooking book where they said that every chef in the royal court would need to shave all of his arms. Why? Why? So that the hair wouldn't fall.
The hair wouldn't
They
fall.
were so clean and so intricate with everything
Yeah.
that they did. Dude, you know...
Now they're not even wearing gloves.
It's just interesting when you think about it, bro.
They're making shawarma for you without their gloves, and they got full hair.
Yeah, man.
They even got a beard touching it.
Yeah, and like they're sweating and stuff.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Yeah, no, dude, like I wish we lived in back that time, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't care about the West and East, like the situation right now we're in, right? Because right now we're like the underdogs, basically. Like we got nothing, basically.
Yeah.
Like even like the idea of India and Pakistan, right? The division.
Yeah.
We ruled the whole part of India for 500, 600 years. In the end, we get that side of the part which is Pakistan now.
Yeah.
And let's not talk about Kashmir. Kashmir don't even have it. We have like 40% of it.
Dude,
That's it.
Kashmir is literally a sad thing, man. No one talks about Kashmir. Like, it breaks my heart, bro. Like, this is even, like, this has nothing to do with politics. It's just, like, generally how people think. Why is it that Palestine matters more than your brothers in Kashmir or, like, in China?
They all
or
matter.
anywhere, generally, Somalia?
Yeah.
I think about that a lot, actually. And I think it's due to nationalism, don't you think?
Nationalism,
Because
yeah.
when you have these man-made borders dictating what side you
Made
should be
by a
loyal
British
to.
lawyer.
That's it. That's
British lawyer. Not it's a lawyer, not even some guy who researched about
that's
anything.
all it is, literally. Like, if they
Never
made
came
it-
to India, never came to these lands, and just goes back home.
And bro, you can look at the borders. Like, half of it is just done by a ruler. It's insane.
Literally.
Yeah, and
It's like we're playing Minecraft in some sort. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Legit. A
Like,
lot of
I
people.
personally feel, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I actually personally feel we have the potential, we have the power, we have the the motivation, we have the skills, but
Yeah.
we're just too divided and focus on these minute things. Like,
Yeah.
like my country,
Mm.
our people are just busy with the electric generators are not working today. How are we gonna fix them? We need to pay money for the generator guy because the government electricity only comes.
We're
6
not
hours.
ambitious enough. Yeah.
Not necessarily that. We don't have the ability. We don't have the time to be ambitious. All we think about is
Yeah.
the traffic.
We have
Like my country,
distractions.
something is very
Yeah.
dark is happening in my country, Iraq. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
there's many dark powers that are trying to affect it. But
True.
basically, the people are suffering. That's the whole
People
point. The
are
people are suffering, and they're just busy with how am I gonna feed my kids. That's all they're
Right.
busy with. They don't even care, dude. How can you have ambition in a place where you don't even have the time to be ambitious? That's the sad part, bro.
Right.
That's what it is, really.
Yeah, nah, yeah, dude, it sucks, man. And like, it's gonna get a lot worse now. I don't think it's gonna get anything
That's what I'm
better.
saying, bro. Apparently, they're saying there's gonna be like a food shortage. I mean, there's
Something's
already
gonna
food
happen.
shortages. Like in the
Yeah.
UK, when I was studying in earlier this year until June,
Right.
there were shortages, but it wasn't like anything like crazy like a famine.
Now it's gonna.
But
get-
apparently,
yeah.
it's gonna get much worse.
I think when COVID came,
Yeah.
I think a lot of shit has hit the fan. A lot of stuff has cost even more economically.
Yeah, man.
I mean, look at Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, I think, I was reading about Sri Lanka, right? I know Sri Lanka had an economic issue. Like, they were like low in economic, but like not low as of now, as we speak right now.
Yeah.
They're now trying to literally ask for aid, like, yo, help us out. Like, international banks give us billions of dollars to at least reinvest ourselves. Because they lost tourism. Most of their money came from tourism. And then now they're not getting tourism for 2 years because of Corona, which caused them more losses in their country. So yeah, like these type of examples, I think Corona really made things a little bit worse. And for Iraq and Syria, Lebanon, I mean Lebanon had that that bomb in the port.
No,
That was crazy, unexpected, out of nowhere. One day you wake up, boom, it was just this huge.
dude. That is the state of affairs for countries now. Like you don't know who's next. Like at this point,
Who's next? You know, Russian roulette.
it's really sad. Like we can't have stability because, dude, thing about our countries is it's not the actual countries itself, it's the
Yeah.
surrounding countries. So if that country wants you down and that country wants you down, that country kind of wants you to be on its side, and by the same time they're against the other country that's on your side, like that's literally on your border. It's just like a whole border political geopolitical thing where you don't know
Yeah.
who's next because everyone's against each other. It's like
Yeah.
World War.
They're not even countries.
Yeah.
They're just like wannabe countries. I think wannabe nations.
That's a good way to phrase it. That's what we call, like, my
Yeah.
country is basically a failed state, like literally, like you can say like Sudan is a failed state, Syria is a failed state.
The border
Lebanon.
was made to make it a failed
It's
state.
just insane.
Like I think the puppet at that time who was colonized by the British, right? The leader of the Iraq at that
The
time.
Hashemites,
He
yeah.
even he the guy basically complained like, dude, we got no water, like there's like next to our border, we're basically landlocked, technically speaking, and they were like, yeah, okay, we'll think about it. That's what the British said. They're like, yeah, we'll
British
think
at that
about
time
it.
had like the biggest navy in the world.
Yeah, we'll
like,
think about it.
They just don't care, man. They really don't care. They
Bashway.
Yeah. Inshallah, بعدين.
Yeah, but inshallah. And they just use the word.
Yeah.
I bet they use inshallah. Inshallah.
And it's interesting with the British thing because they actually won because they sided different parties, different tribes against each other. That's how they won. It wasn't the British. It was us.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah, exactly. It was like we
They
did it on our own
use the
hands.
same formula in every single part of the country.
Yeah. We keep falling for it.
Hope not this time. I mean, saying that my country's in that.
I mean, all it is now, bro, I think we should just work on ourselves and our families and our friends.
Literally.
That's like our inner circle. That's all we have at this
Yeah.
point. You can't change
We
everyone.
can't. We're
If your
civilians.
if your own circle is a certain way,
Yeah.
how do you expect your entire country to be a
Fix
certain
it.
other
Yeah,
way?
fix within your house. Then you can move on to changing
you.
neighbors.
Yeah.
And because Because we're civilians at this point. We're not even officials of anything. We're just civilians
Yeah.
doing our job. Yeah, that's yeah.
Forget everything.
Yeah, that's
Let's talk business now.
business.
No, business.
Business.
You're a YouTuber.
I'm a YouTuber.
We're aspiring to be a successful YouTuber.
Social media
Inshallah,
influencer. Inshallah, yeah.
Now, Andrew Tate.
Yes.
What about Andrew Tate? I need to know. I need to hear it from Mirza himself. I never heard you say anything about Andrew Tate to this point.
I did talk a little bit, but yes, true.
Oh, which podcast was it? Maybe.
The previous one, but we talked a little bit about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll
listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my opinion.
Yeah.
It is the best thing that ever happened to the internet. But we shouldn't follow him exactly as it. Don't be a cult.
Here's my
of him.
question. Why are you saying that?
Because I don't look at. First of all, his ideas.
Why is it the best thing? That's like the way you.
Because
Yeah.
when I want right now as we speak, I want to become a YouTuber. The problem is I cannot express my opinions or anything, whatever I self-experience. Because obviously the West mostly controls the media, and my main language is English language. So most of my audience will be from the West, and the idea that, or West, I mean American, Europeans, right? Those specific parts of people with opinions cannot share them, right? They're scared from expressing their opinions, and I'm a guy who likes to express my opinions most of my time. I'm that type of person, right?
I might get canceled.
I know for a fact one day I'll get canceled, but figuring out when I saw Andrew Tate, who the person was, with his opinions and stuff, and the background of his storyline, what he used to do, right, and the accusations that he has on him, right, with the law and everything. This guy took over the internet easily, right, the way he did, and for me that's kind of like gives me hope. It's like Trump becoming the president. It's like okay. Celebrities can become president. In a sense, okay, my opinions can, in effect, or like me being an extremist.
You mean there's an audience out
there? Yeah.
There's somewhere you can go to in the internet.
You're not gonna be blocked.
Yeah.
Not just from the people, from YouTube, from the apps that you're gonna be expressing yourself. Twitter already banned Andrew Tate already. That's Twitter. That's how Twitter is. But YouTube hasn't banned him yet. Many other
TikTok.
places, TikTok. Yeah. Okay, TikTok is made from China. They don't really care. They have their own algorithms in different
but you know,
countries.
like what's crazy about Andrew Tate and his team? He actually admitted to having 1,000 employees on the Impulsive podcast, I believe. No. There was a British podcast called Flawed, I believe. I'm not sure what you know. These the friends with Sidemen.
Yeah.
They're kind of also friends with the.
What's his name?
I'm not sure.
Calfreezy? There's two guys, right, sitting in the bar.
It's probably.
That's how it looked like.
Calfreezy and a guy with like a dark hair.
Dark hair. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot his name.
Yeah, but he was on a podcast with these British YouTubers. Basically,
yes.
And he
I know which
said
one
he has 1,000 employees.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. What does that tell you? That tells you there's a team that's trying to like improve his PR online.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
True.
So you know these these accounts that do like Andrew Tate competitions.
Yes.
I believe he's obviously behind.
Yeah,
them.
he
knows what he's doing, and he has all these videos on TikTok.
Genius. I would do the same thing.
He's a smart guy.
I would do the same thing.
And then he called out Jake Paul.
He said something like, if I wanted to make money, right? When I wanted to make money, he made $1 million. You want to make $2 million? He made $2 million. Making money is, if you want to make money, you'll make money. He's like, so when I heard that sound, I was like, that's how he did for the algorithm. Like, that's how he did for YouTube, for social media.
Yeah.
Like, think about it, right? The thing is, he's been posting videos before this. Like, he has like 3-4 channels. One of the channels he talks about expresses opinions for like 2 hours, like a self-podcast of him just talking about himself. He's been doing this for like 4 years like this. Then he started going into podcasters or like people like us started reacting to the like YouTubers started reacting and stuff, right. And then he reacts to that, right? And that's how he started making views out of it. And it's so like it's surprising that he didn't get canceled for these stuff. Insane. And this kind of gives me like this kind of motivated me to like be happy. And let's talk about his ideas, his viewpoints. I agree some of them, and some of them I do not agree. Obviously, since I'm Muslim, he has some stuff that I disagree with, but some stuff that, thank God he said this. Especially for, obviously there's now feminism, right, and all that kind of stuff. Men became they became less of themselves, I guess. Not being men, in a sense.
Or maybe, if they're not what you're saying, maybe it's just the way the media is showing that we are like that. The media is showing that to be a real man is to be more feminine, touch on to your feminine side, basically.
Which is like...
which is weird. I mean, like, it's like saying women should be...
Men should be women.
Physically strong. They should be, they should be more aggressive, which doesn't make sense, because, like, that's not their nature anyway.
They don't want to do this in
like
the
we're
first
not
place.
saying being aggressive is bad.
Exactly.
In its time, you can be aggressive.
Right.
In its time, you can be compassionate.
Right.
Women are known for being compassionate and being
Exactly.
aggressive. And it's like that simple, you know.
Right, exactly. And for me, that
Yeah.
half of this stuff, like the first time I saw him was in the Fresh and Fit podcast where he talked about Islam. Why, like he says, he bets on, like if he had to bet on a stock market, he would bet on Islam, because Islam, in a way, they're more tolerant with their stuff. They are more. We're basically practical in our own religion. We'll fight for our religion.
Or maybe you could say we're not hypocrites. That's another thing. Is
Exactly.
We're proud of our ideas.
Yeah,
we're proud of our
yeah.
beliefs. We don't shy away from stuff.
Yeah, compared to Christianity, which I totally agree. Because
Yeah.
right now, like he even said this. He said that if you put Jesus is gay, if you wear a T-shirt that says Jesus is gay and you walk in anywhere.
It's funny because if you write Jesus gay in a Muslim country, you also probably
Yeah, you can't even say gay. The word gay is like.
No, not
yeah.
necessarily gay, because gay can also mean happy. You know what I mean? Because like someone could
Exactly.
wear a gay pride T-shirt in like an Arab country, but people wouldn't necessarily care because people these
They'll
days,
look down on you, and someone will say,
Yeah.
"Don't wear like,
yeah, but, like,
out of
we're not gonna-
respect."
but
Yeah,
Jesus insulting Jesus, the Prophet alayhi salam, and
Yeah.
Muhammad, that's like the
it's
red
like,
line.
hey, yo, dude, it's like disrespecting your mother, but worse, like
Dude.
worse, like
Apparently, I heard
yeah.
that in Islam you're supposed to love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than yourself.
Legit, yeah,
Which
dude.
makes sense, 'cause,
Bro.
like, if you want to follow a guy like that, and
Yeah.
that you can't see, can't physically
Can't
see,
see, yeah,
you
that's-
have to have certain respect for him.
Yeah, this religion, right? Anyone who's new to this religion
Yeah.
was probably kind of mind blown to tell them that we follow someone that we don't even have a picture of, right? That's that kind of stuff. That's like the cool thing about this religion. That's what that's what amazed me, that Allah can do this kind of stuff, right? And the reason, like now I understand why Allah like didn't allow, or like any sense of any influence that we should have pictures of our prophets or anything. Now I understand. Now I can see why we shouldn't have those. Because look at what they did to Jesus. Look what they did to the Hindus, and look what they're doing.
Yeah.
Instead of praying to God, they're praying to A4 paper printed out of their image.
Like with the Hindus,
Yeah.
we don't necessarily know if they had a prophet, but I can imagine that the person
that amount of influence.
No, I can imagine the person that
Yeah.
started Hinduism, Buddhism was a really righteous person,
Right.
and he had something. Maybe I'm assuming
Right.
this. He
Yeah.
had something from Allah gifted to him,
True.
and then the people
True.
started idolizing the person instead of the
Because
actual
there's
deity,
prophets,
the
yeah.
God.
Because there's prophets that came down, but we never they're never mentioned, right?
Exactly.
We'll never
So
know
maybe it
them.
was hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
We don't really
We'll never know them.
Yeah.
And like prophets come to every single city, every single civilization. So probably.
Actually, I think about it a lot because
Yeah.
like people say
I do,
if,
yeah,
if
yeah,
God
yeah.
was such a like astaghfirullah, a'udhu billah. People
Yeah.
say this about Islam. People say this about religion generally. They say if God was so merciful, why didn't he just show himself, or why didn't he just? I mean, he did send so many prophets. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And they got killed. They got insulted. They
Yeah.
got thrown.
They got
lots of-
rejected, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus was one of them. Isa was one of them. So yeah, if you're talking about like some prophet or some messenger was there at that time, definitely, I think so, because the amount of influence right now, like, there's a lot of people who are influenced by this religion. So, and you know how other religions, I feel like the previous religions that were Muslims, right, before us, like I'm saying the people who submitted to Allah, right, and the
That's
prophets that
fine.
they get.
Can I just clarify for the audience, in case
Yeah.
someone doesn't know Arabic? The word Muslim, from what I understand, comes from the root is Islam, which means surrender.
Surrender.
So Islam
Submit.
is just basically
Submission.
submission, as
Yeah.
opposed to like
Exactly.
some people say Islam is peace.
Yeah, peace. No,
Dude, it's much more than peace.
Peace
That's
and-
like, it's much more. It's
it's life.
Yeah, continue saying.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the previous, before Prophet ﷺ, before Isa, before all the prophets that are not mentioned, I think, and all the prophets, I mean, not just mentioned, all the prophets, the ones who have accepted it, right, the civilizations, throughout time they became pagans in a sense.
That's right.
Look at Christianity. Christianity is a perfect example. They have now images in churches of Mary and Isa Islam, right?
Yeah.
They have pictures of them, and they use them as that's my God.
Yeah.
That sounds like paganism, and it is paganism. So in a sense, many of these religions that were,
Yeah.
they were technically Muslims at that time, right? At their
Yeah.
specific time, they were submitting to Allah. They gradually, generations by generation, they kind of they fade away. I mean, that's Shaitan's plan. Take out people from
Shaitan.
Shaitan. Yeah.
Islam, unfortunately, you have
Yeah.
this whole sect war. that,
Exactly.
Bro, it's the natural state
Yeah.
of a human.
Yeah.
We think we have this jealousy, we have this pride, we think we're
Right.
better than other people. I mean, but sometimes it comes from a good place. Like, the guy thinks his interpretation of the Quran and the Sunnah, the way of the Prophet, is better than
Mm.
that guy. So, me as a Muslim, I just see that, like, okay, you're this sect, you're that sect. I don't really think too much of it. I don't think too deep
Right.
of it.
Yeah.
I think that as long as I'm doing my best to interpret my faith and
Right.
and I
Exactly.
feel good about myself
Right.
and my heart is at peace, I'll just keep doing it
Right.
until Allah changes my mind.
Exactly,
I
right.
won't necessarily judge someone for his sect or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
the good thing about Islam is that we can have this thing as like an Islamic ummah. We don't
Yeah.
necessarily split over generally. I'm saying
You can
generally,
dispute,
you
but we're
dispute-
still brothers.
still brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff happened, but it's nowhere as bad as
Like
what happened
wars.
with the Christians
Yeah.
and their like
Yeah.
you know, Inquisition and Catholics versus Protestants and Lutherans.
Yeah.
and all
We
these
we don't
crazy
have
stuff.
that. We don't. Yeah. Literally. Like in Oman, you like.
Like
yeah.
generally, we view each other all as Muslims, and I
Exactly.
believe,
Brothers. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I believe
True.
all like the main sects, Sufi, Sunni, and Shia have the
Yeah.
same arkan as-salah, like the pillars of prayer.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
all established the actual main pillars of prayer. Because I've seen all these different sects pray,
Right.
like the actual
I've never
prayer,
seen
not
it, yeah.
like the lectures or sermons.
Yeah.
I'm
Prayers.
talking
Just
about
prayer.
the main thing. Because
Yeah.
the main
Yeah.
thing in Islam,
I never seen that.
the main thing is praying.
So, yeah,
because
of
if
course.
you don't pray,
You're not Muslim.
Exactly.
You're
So
not Muslim, yeah.
it's all about, for me, it's all about prayer
Pray,
and
yeah.
what is in your heart. If
Yeah.
you want to get close to Allah, and
Pray.
do stuff like haram, okay, like may Allah
But
forgive you.
don't leave your prayers.
Exactly. And
That's,
if you're praying like in a reasonable manner and like khalas,
Yeah.
you're reading Quran properly, I don't have anything to say against you. Like
Yeah.
khalas, we can be brothers.
Like,
I'm not
khalas.
any problem. Yeah, and you can marry someone from your own sect. It's not like you're a
Yeah.
bad person to do that. It's
True.
like,
True.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's just yeah, but like if speaking of marriage, right? For that part, I kind of like I'm kind of lucky, you can say. My parents, like in Pakistan, in Pakistan culture, it's basically if you're Pakistani, you marry one who's Pakistani in your own culture. It's like the best thing. You're kind of like you
Yeah.
kind of you look like a weird person if you marry someone off
Right.
your culture,
I see.
right?
No.
Why not in my family? My
You're
parents,
from
my parents. I'm very lucky. My parents are like, oh, if you want to marry one other woman, I'll find you, no problem, you know. Like they're just like, just get married quickly, right? We just want you to marry before 25,
Amazing.
23, 22. I'm like, all right, no problem,
Beautiful,
no
bro.
pressure. So like for that reason, I'm kind of lucky. My own family member, my sibling married someone who's Palestinian. So take that as an example, right? That's very weird for a Palestinian side and for a Pakistani side. So for me, that's like for me, it's a groundbreaking that different cultures can at least marry each other, and it's going amazing.
Dude, like you guys as families, how do you interact? Is it nice? Is it positive?
It's amazing. I think every once a week we usually go to
Because
the
you know what they
house.
say, like if you marry someone, you marry their whole family too.
Oh yeah, true. I
It's
agree.
crazy, yeah.
Oof.
Like, I never thought about that before.
Same.
You know, as if you're young and you watch American movies, you think that
That's how you see it,
When you marry someone, it's just you two in a house.
which is depressing.
Like a dog or a cat.
It's
But
depressing.
in
though.
real life,
Yeah.
dude, in our cultures, dude, you need to
Literally.
invite their families for stuff. They
Literally.
invite, it's like, dude, you're stuck with these guys forever.
Yeah, dude. No, and it's better. Like
Yeah.
I think it's better because. Yeah, it was meant to be like this. I think living alone by yourself,
Yeah.
without your families, this kind of break. As a man, as a person, as a man, right? For a woman, I think it's different. But for a guy, for me, I would not leave my parents. You know, like I don't want to live away from my parents, right? If I get married, right, they're gonna stay in the same place as same house as mine. Cause it's, I don't know, it's depressing if you live by yourself and you have your own.
To be honest, I would say it depends on the person.
Depends on the person
Yeah,
too, but
you have a point though. You have to stay close somehow to your
out of
parents.
respect.
Yeah,
I feel that I feel like I'm disrespecting them because I push them away from me. Out of all they've done, everything they've done for me, in the end, I'm just leaving them away. Like, oh, here's a house, everything, and they love to have their own house and everything.
Yeah.
It's just I would make them feel like that
Yeah.
I belong to their house. I live next to them, right
That's
next to
beautiful,
them.
man. I agree with you. Yeah.
It has to be that way, because like I don't know, like imagine they worked so hard for you. In the end, that you just leave them alone. You know, for daughters it's different, but for a guy, I don't think it should be that way.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Bro, and with marriage, like,
Yeah.
when do you think a man, like in our time, should get married? Like, in your opinion, what does your dad say? Because my dad told me
Right.
25. That's his age. He just told me 25 should get
For
married.
me, yeah.
But, like, what is a good age in your opinion?
For me, it's not the age. It's for me the mentality and do you make income? Can you provide? Are you providable? And are you mature enough to get married?
Or let's say,
Yeah.
thing is, how do you know if you're mature enough? That's a strong one, actually.
Judge.
Having
Oh.
money is easy, but being mature, and because there's this whole thing with, like,
Right.
being addicted to certain vices or drugs. Like,
True.
you can be addicted to alcohol, you can be addicted
Right.
to porn, and no
True.
one would know. You could have,
Yeah.
Not somehow, like, God forbid,
Mm.
you have some problem with your sexual organs, don't work. Subhanallah.
Yes.
Stuff that can happen with a
Right.
person, he wouldn't tell anyone.
Mm.
So that's the big one, because, like, who's mature? Because someone could, like, hide
Right,
all this
right.
stuff from you, but he looks like a
I think for me that's very tough to say. But for me personally, I can't say talk to everyone about this. For me personally, it's not the age because right now my mind is right. My parents want me to marry early. In fact, 2 weeks ago, not 2 weeks ago. Let's just say a month ago, my dad sat down with me. He's like, "Yo, dude, go to university, all right? Look for a job where you can get like 5,000, 6,000 real, right? And at the same time, we'll look for someone, maybe age as just like you, and probably in 2 3 years." We're gonna look for a marriage.
Beautiful man, yeah.
So that my father told me straight away, and I was like, all right, cool, no problem, no pressure, no no pressure. So I was like, all right, this is cool. Now I have to focus. I have to. That's why I'm doing YouTube at the same time going to uni. So, I think I'm gonna do well in media. So this is why, inshallah, this is the reason I'm doing this, just for that specific reason. And
you enjoy it.
yeah, I'm enjoying it. I enjoy it. Love
Beautiful,
doing
man.
it.
That's what it's all about. Like if you keep you probably know that Joe Rogan has
Right.
been doing podcasts for like a whole decade, I believe.
Decade, yeah.
And thing is about his podcast is he didn't make a single dime, a single cent for
True.
like I believe 5 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
And the only reason he was doing what he was doing was for fun.
We could change the topic. It's
Yeah,
not even
I,
our problem.
I wanted to ask you a question because
Right.
I remembered Andrew Tate, and I was gonna
Yes,
say,
yes.
what do you think? Because I'm look, there's coaches out there, there's gym people out there on YouTube
Right.
and other platforms that actually are convinced
Right.
that Andrew Tate is doing steroids, but I don't care. That's not my topic. But what I'm gonna ask you is,
Right.
what do you know about steroids and would you use it? Because I don't know, it's interesting because how men
It's not
perceive
haram,
body
right?
image. What is it?
It's not haram, right? Steroids.
Well, I actually don't know, and that's why I'm asking, because steroids. It's not very. No one really talks about steroids in our culture. We don't really think about it.
I think a lot of people. There's a way like there's this one guy called, I don't know I forgot his name. He's like a very muscular guy and he talks in a very low tone. I forgot what his name is, but
Is he an Arab guy?
no, he's like Italian, I think, something like that. He has like this European accent. He says I use steroids and like he's jacked up like this. It's like I'm gonna admit it because I don't want to bullshit around anyone
Yeah.
that like I'm a big muscle guy because I worked hard for it. He's like, I took steroids, but it's not like a bad thing. But if you're going to competitions for bodybuilding and stuff, I don't think you should use steroids.
No, but the thing is, no, bro, like these competitions
Yeah.
with the people who look like dinosaurs. These
Yeah.
they're all on steroids.
They're on
right?
steroids,
That's the
right?
thing, yeah. So it's not.
I
It
don't
depends on the because there's like
Look,
classic. Apparently, there's this
yeah.
thing called classic
Right.
lifting competitions, and
Right.
the classic ones apparently you don't take steroids. That's what I
Yeah, yeah.
understood.
I
Because there's a guy called
yeah.
Greg
Right.
Duchette online.
Right.
I'm not sure if you pronounce it Duchette or Duchette. There's a guy I
Right.
follow. He's called Greg Duchette. He talks about steroids and its usages, and he has many episodes and podcasts.
What does he say about it?
Basically, he says is what I just told you. Everything I know, most things I know about steroids from Greg,
Yeah.
because he sounds very reasonable. He uses a science-based approach to talk about these things, and he provides like PubMed articles and screenshots of certain
Right.
reports just to show like his point isn't just BS, basically. And like I
Right.
said, there's different.
What does he say?
competitions.
Is it bad or good? What does he say?
That's the thing. He says it depends.
Depends, right?
Because here's the thing.
I would say the same thing.
Let me tell you, because I had a guy
Yeah.
who I lived with in the UK who's currently doing steroids,
Mm.
and steroids is basically like there's two types apparently. There's some other type, and the other type is testosterone. These are the two types: testosterone
Right.
and some other thing.
Yeah,
I really
totally.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, with testosterone it's that it's not natural if you're injecting it, which
Right.
is called steroids, 'cause it's not your testosterone.
Right.
So when you mix that with your body's testosterone, the natural testosterone hormone levels, what happens
Right.
is your body gets confused and
Right.
it stops producing as much testosterone because it already has enough in
Right.
the system. That's why testosterone usage is bad, apparently, because if you inject yourself testosterone, after a while, if you keep doing that maybe for like 2 months, then your body was going to produce less when you stop,
Mm.
which is going to affect your sexual productive
Right.
organs.
Yeah.
So that's where the whole thing comes from. And apparently, if you use the other type, you become bald. There's a whole other thing. But what I
Yeah.
understood was the following from my friend who did steroids. He said that he went somewhere, like his home country, and he
Right.
found a good, reputable doctor, and he has a lot of money to spend, by the way. Let me just make this very clear.
Right.
It's a very expensive process to do steroids without getting any negative side effects. Very expensive, very hard process. If you want to do it properly, the right way, you have to get checked a lot. Like, I'm not saying like, oh no, you just go there once. You have to do like visits like for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, just so they can know exactly how your body reacts to different types of steroids and hormone boosters, bro. Because they give you different pills just to test you out first, and then they actually give you the real stuff, and then you start reacting with it, and your body reacts with it, and you have to keep the updates going with the doctor. So it's a very scary process, in my opinion. And from what I understood personally is that if you're gonna do it and you know the risks and you know the side effects and you're willing to go through it, but at the same time, you're not gonna like this isn't gonna affect your health long term. Maybe short term you're gonna have bursts of anger. Maybe you're gonna lose some hair. Maybe I don't know. But if you're okay with that and that's not gonna hurt your family, I don't think it's haram and I think it's okay. But I would never do steroids. That's the thing. I would never do it though.
Right, in Islam we believe, right, it's like don't do something extreme. Keep it balanced, right? So for me, it's like I'm going to gym, you know, like I'm pulling weights and everything. So I'm doing that stuff. So for me, like I'm making my body built, but like not extreme like the way they have it, and like when they're doing body contests, when they're trying to flex their muscles and everything for the competition. For that, I don't know, if you want your job to be that, that's totally fine. But for me, I don't know. If it's too extreme and you know it's extreme, then I like to keep it balanced. It's like doing recording videos for gaming, right? Let's just take that example. I'll record a game, right? 4 hours, 5 hours of streaming, something that's too much. It's extreme. I know I'm going to get a lot of good content out of it, but is it worth it for my health's sake and everything? Because, right, we believe in Islam that you shouldn't do anything not too low, not too much. Keep it balanced straight, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, that I would take it that way. I don't know anything about steroids. And for me, in my opinion, I don't really like to take any chemicals. I don't even like taking medicines, in a sense.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is...
I don't even have the vaccine.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's good, man. Dude, I was literally forced to take the vaccine. I don't know how you never got the vaccine. Wait, you're telling me your ihtiraz, the app thing?
I got COVID.
Wait, well, like, was it red? Because or no, not red. It wasn't golden. Is it not golden?
It's not gold. I never got the gold.
Wait.
But
So how do you go inside places, man?
here's the thing. The rule was, if you got corona this year, I got it in January. At that time, they said when you get this specific corona, and you recover from it perfectly, you'll get the itras from below. It says recovered. With that, you get the same privilege as a golden itras.
Wow. So like you have.
You're basically immune to it. You don't really need vaccination. That's what the government is basically telling you. The medical.
But wait, how long has it not been like? How long did it not say recovered? Like for and were you
for a
able to
year.
replace? Wait. So what do you do for a year? No, well, like I'm really curious, bro.
Okay. My parents did tell me not to go out a lot, so I did stay a lot at home.
No,
So there's no point of me going.
Like, were you literally able to go anywhere?
Yeah. You can go through malls, but you couldn't go to restaurants, cinema, and those are the basic places I used to go. These are the two places I wasn't able to go.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't even like. I stopped going to cinemas, but restaurants, that's kind of hard. Like,
That's kind of hard, right?
dude, you're trying to have fun with your friends, maybe, and then.
That's like what I did. I'll tell you what I did.
Yeah.
Should I tell it? Can I do it?
No, don't. You can like you can say it, but don't.
I'll cut it out.
Be
but
smart.
yeah, I'll be
I
smart.
can
Right?
write like you can write the time stuff.
Like I'll tell you, majority of the time I didn't really went to restaurants and those kind of stuff, but they eventually opened it. That you don't need to be vaccinated to go these. So I was keep on checking the rules every single day. Has it changed? Has it changed? Has it changed?
But don't you think that was so stressful? Like it was worth it. Just take the vaccine.
It was stressful, but sometimes they gave. Again, I'll tell you, let me in. You know, like there's no more corona. That's it. At that time, I'll tell you when it was extreme, a lot of cases were out there. I didn't go out at all, for the sake of my family. My dad was like, do not go out. So for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I would barely go out. No, I'll sit in the car, but I'll not go out.
Yeah.
So for me, going to restaurants, I don't even have friends who are going out of their houses to go to the restaurants and stuff. And most of the time most of the time that I went out, I invited my friends to my house. Most of the time, because that's where we enjoyed. We eat everything. Talabad became a thing where you can order food and stuff, which was amazing. And for that reason, I didn't really care about going to restaurants. Those kinds.
Wouldn't that affect your health?
Because I never did.
But do you feel like you're I don't know, just confined to your house a lot, and you didn't feel like you enjoyed? Did it affect your mental health, physical health?
Physically, yes, it did harm me because I gained a lot of weight. I gained like at least 25 kg because of that. Because I was eating junk food and I was staying at home. The amount of calories I'm taking, I'm not burning.
Lot. Like I hope you're aware. Like
that's why I'm going to gym now. That's like every single day I'm going to gym just to burn cardio.
It's good, man.
Yeah, every day I have to wake up. Like as soon as I wake up, I have to take 20 minutes run in the treadmill. I have a treadmill on the other side of the room, so I would take the treadmill for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, depends, and then eat something very low. So nowadays, for the first time, I'm tracking my calories due to the effect that I had. So right now, I think in a month I burned 10 kg already. So I have to burn like 20 more, and then alhamdulillah I'll be back to normal. And for that, and then I'm gonna start doing bodybuilding. So basically, I'm gonna shred all the fat out of me, and then I'm gonna do building the muscles. For that's the one thing, and I'm enjoying it. I love it.
That's
like if I miss a day,
yeah,
I hate myself. I'm like, I don't feel happy, you know.
So that's what I'm doing now. Cause like in 2019, that's when I first started going to the gym my whole life. Because
right.
before that, I've been just playing. As kids, we used to play football outside.
Yeah.
But then, there was a point in 2015 where I stopped actually doing anything with my body. From 2015 2019, I did nothing, bro. I would just go play video games. Remember dude, do you remember a guy called Happy and Stabby on PlayStation?
Right.
That was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Exactly.
Fuck.
And that's the thing. I never realized you were Mirza.
I never realized you're happy and Stabby. What's up, man?
I know, man. Dude, wait, do you remember that guy?
Mirza.
I always play with Omar and
Omar Hani, yeah.
Hani.
I'm hanging around with them.
That's what I'm saying. It was funny.
Every single day.
It was funny because I didn't know Mirza B was you.
Bro, I didn't know you're. I was like, Happy Stabby is your school. I'm like, I'm trying to find him. Where is he?
I didn't know who Mirza was on PlayStation until like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago when Omar.
Right. Yeah.
Not Omar Hani. Omar's friend. Omar
Khalid.
Yusuf's friend. Omar Khalid.
Yeah.
He told me Mirza was that guy on Instagram. And I saw his picture. I was like, oh, I've seen this guy in school, and I never knew.
I saw you in school walk around, but I was like, I told Yusuf Happy Stabby, like, how does he look like? I'll try meeting him. I'm trying to really find him in school. And he's like, oh, he's a little bit dark. He has curly hair. But I was like, is this guy like what? Is he like?
Oh my god, man.
Like what is he? Yeah. Is he like Khaliji? Like this is how he looks like?
That's it with you. I didn't know what the hell you were, but then one day we're playing like a heist on GTA. We're doing some stupid
right. We did a lot of GTA 5 stuff.
Remember the stupid stuff we would do like repeat a heist, dude. We repeat a heist like 5 times because Yusuf has to go order KFC. Omar wants to talk to his dad. Dude, I was beat so angry.
And it's just you and me just sitting there like
it was so weird. Like, why do you have to wait for these guys? Like, you know when people play.
Goddamn Egyptians.
No, without you Egyptians, don't cancel us.
The culture there is different, bro. You can just hear the family background shouting. You know,
it's funny, man. No, that was like, wallah, I learned a lot from that time because that's when I remember I had a YouTube channel. I don't know if you remember. There was a guy called Metronite.
Yeah.
I had this whole channel.
I don't know,
dude. One day I'm gonna show you what I used to do. But yeah, one time I even made like a whole vlog about Adam Saleh, and it got like 1,200 views or something.
Oh, congrats.
No, but like it was embarrassing.
Oh, okay.
Because it failed. Because Adam Saleh came to Villaggio with his friends, like Slim, these guys.
Right.
But what happened was there were so many people.
Right.
That they closed Al Wa'ab main road.
Right.
And so the police came. They literally just escorted Adam and told him get the hell out of here.
Fuck.
And then it was cancelled. And the whole vlog, I was just sweating and watching people chimp out, like just jumping and moaning and fighting, moping around. it was really messed up vlog, and it's private now. But me and my friends, every like now and then we react to it just to like have a good laugh at it. Because at that time it really showed my personality developing. Because like at that point I was really maturing.
Right.
And even in the vlog.
What was your age at that time?
That was in 2016. So I was 16 years old.
16 years old, damn.
Oh, no. I wasn't 16 years old. I was...
17?
No, I was 14.
14. Damn, you started maturing.
That was 6 years ago.
Maturing, what do you mean by maturing? Like
in the vlog, you can literally see how my personality was shaping to where it is today. Because back then, I used to like Adam Saleh. I wasn't a fan. I just kind of liked him. So basically, in the vlog, I would literally be like self-aware. I'd be like, oh, yo, this is cringe. This is embarrassing. I would literally record people and be like, why is everyone like... acting like this around just a guy who makes videos it's funny because I cringe at it, but at the same time like, you know what, I wasn't such a bad person. Like I was a normal guy, a pretty decent guy. I was just like, I'm recording this for my YouTube channel. Like I made it very clear.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Happy Stabby, you were chill, dude. Yeah. When I met you, I was like, yo, this guy's pretty chill guy.
When was that? When did you first like meet me? Like, I don't remember. School maybe?
We never met in school. Let me say that.
Like I've seen you a few times.
I've seen you in school. Yeah. I've walked past by you in school. Wait,
bro. Like, can you please tell me what impression I gave, like in school? Like, what vibe did I give? Because you would always seem with
chill, dude. Chill, dude. Right? Yeah, dude. You're just calm, chill. You looked calm. You know, you're always calm. You're still calm. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, you're just a chill dude. You know, like you weren't like explosive like other guys were. You know, you were very calm, very chill, approachable. I would say that you're an approachable person. Still are.
That's a good thing to say. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. You're. I don't know. You like. I
now with you, bro. Like.
Yeah.
From what I literally just remember you vaguely, like, you remember when in like, you know, when you're 12 you wear like a white shirt and you can wear like skinny like jeans. You look kind of better, but I remember you like in year 10, 11, you didn't wear that. You wore the blue
jacket,
blue uniform, like blue almost called blue shirt.
Yeah.
And the trousers. You know how we used to get these crappy trousers from the school, and it was like, what do you call it? What's the word for it? Very baggy.
Yeah.
I remember you wearing baggy trousers.
I was wearing a baggy one that day. I think.
Dude,
yeah.
You looked kind of like, I think you were fatter maybe.
I was a bit, yeah.
Yeah, well, also like you look better now, but like I remember you. I was like, this guy is cool, but I don't know what to say to him. I guess all I remember, I
Yeah.
remember you being there existing.
Yeah.
I know what you were doing. Wallah, I can't imagine you doing something. I just remember you being around people that Wallah knew,
Yeah.
but I didn't explicitly necessarily talk to you. You were just there, you were existing.
I'll tell you how I met Wadah. I met him in cafeteria. I just bumped him. I was like, "Oh, sorry, my bad." He's like, "Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?" I was like, "Yeah." But he was so calm and so happy. I was like, "Why is he so happy?" I was like, "Yo, this guy's cool. Let me talk to him more." And in the cafeteria, we're kind of waiting for to buy our stuff. You know how the lines were? There's just everyone's, excuse me. You know, like that's how everyone was. So I just started talking with everything, you know, and I was like, "Yo, nice meeting you, man." I was like, "Let me just get my food. I have to go now." I was like, "Yo, all right, you too." We were just we just met,
amazing.
bumped each other, and that's how we met. Every time I see, he's like, "Yo, Mirza, how are you?" I was like, "Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?" That's how we met, and like we're always like just said hi to each other. We didn't really know each other. We started knowing each other when I did the podcast with him online, and when he was in Cyprus. That was the first time we actually interacted, because I realized he was a YouTuber, and I was like, I need to collab with some YouTubers. This guy, like, I can get wasta from him.
Bro, I was so hyped when I saw you guys doing stuff together. I was like, yeah, nice. Like, this is bringing up like the community together in Qatar.
Literally, yeah.
And it's funny, Qatar is so small. You know everyone. You just know everyone. Like,
and the opportunity of becoming famous is like easy. I feel like it's very easy, especially with TikTok and Instagram. I think you can do it, and that's the only reason I'm doing it right now. But
so, like, with your video, like with your recent podcast, I would like to congratulate you, bro. You got like more than 1,000 views. Man.
Alhamdulillah, bro.
But here's my question: like, did you like promote it or just leave it and just caught views?
What I saw, I'll tell you one thing. I did. I went to a website that has 17 ways to learn about the algorithm. In a sense, understanding the algorithm, what to do, how to do it, what are the stuff you need to do. I learned half of the stuff, but it taught me a lot of stuff. You know how to do it, because YouTube recommends stuff that are looks professional, looks like that it wants to be approached by people. You know,
I see.
So they can have a trust on it. If you look at that video, the subtitle was a very long paragraph, me explaining what we were doing in the podcast. That's the first thing. If you look at the viewers, like they give you analytics, like, okay, where did these people come from? One said 33% came from recommendations, 30, like basically when they were watching video, then my video popped off. The other 30% was that it came from their homepage. When they're scrolling down, they saw that was 33%, and then 10% were the people who.
So you didn't actually like send it or post the link anywhere when you got 1,000.
Yes, I didn't. It was all done by YouTube.
MashaAllah, nice.
Like recommended by the YouTube.
I'll tell you what I think it is, because you know there's this whole trend with
and the thumbnail
podcasts. Yeah. The thumbnail was beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, like when I saw the thumbnail, I was like impressed. I was like, this actually looks like
he helped me a lot.
I'm not saying this isn't a real podcast. It is a legit podcast. It's just that it looked like one of these big podcasts. It actually looked like the
literally.
Yeah. It looked pretty
sick. And him, we basically we both just looked like he did most of the work.
Yeah.
He was designing everything on it. We did it on the iPad, by the way. We were drawing in everything iPad, and I was just sitting there editing the video. While he was doing this, I was editing the video. And when we recorded the thing, then we he showed me the final image of this, and then we did some more changes, and we did discuss some stuff. We were literally standing far away, looking how it looked like in a small monitor. How would the thumbnail look like from a small way? We were discussing, should the color be this or that, many other things. Does it blend into?
So I guess you're gonna keep the same theme that you had
totally
for the next.
Of course, but I think for this one, there's a thing called the Boggy or BOGY for thumbnails. Thumbnails are very, very important, because I think the only reason people click to my video.
Yeah, it's like a trailer basically. It's like a trailer for what's coming up in the
literally, and it's marketing, it's branding. That's how it is.
Right.
It's advertisement. How are you gonna advertise it? You know.
Well, privately, when we first had a private conversation, I think yesterday. I told you you should just try promoting.
Yeah.
Because if you just promote, just send a link to someone, maybe they're gonna send to more.
Legit, I talk to my Discord friends, and new friends come in, and I don't even know who they are. I'm like, yo, dude, I did YouTube. You know, that's what I do. And I just send them the link, and they subscribe to it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do most of the time.
Yeah.
For me, it was pretty amazing what happened. But I don't know if it's gonna happen for this podcast again, if the YouTube recommends it again. But inshallah, I'm sure it's gonna go. I was really happy, to be honest. I got 40 views of that first 7-8 hours. It was 40 views. I was so happy. I was like, all right, now I'm gonna go sleep, you know. And then I wake up to a message from Wade. He's like, yo, you got 800 views. I'm like, what? Nah, stop screwing with me. I checked. I was like, probably some guy glitched it. One of my friends are probably pranking out. They know some computer stuff. It's probably one of my friends. And I looked at analytics. It didn't say 800. It said 1.2. I was like, oh my god, this is happening. And then like I wasn't celebrating, you know, but I was happy. Like, damn,
bro.
This is how it feels like.
Bro, can I tell you something, bro?
Right.
Something I worked on previously,
Right.
which I can't like publicly announce.
Yeah, publicly announce it. Yeah.
But basically, what I worked on was I found out something with one of the channels that my friend was working on.
Right.
We found out that actually, when you make a short video, it gets much more views than the normal videos that you make. Have you tried making short videos? Like on
I
your channel?
did, and it came totally opposite for me.
Really,
Right.
bro. I think
This is an hour and 40 minutes.
I'll tell you what, bro. I'll tell you what. I
Yeah.
think if you just take certain clips from
Short clips, right?
short clips from the last podcasts and mine maybe, or the ones that you got previously. Wallah, I'm telling you, there's potential for it to
True.
go to like thousands. It's
That's-
very easy.
I planned out for this
Especially for the
podcast.
especially for the audience
Yeah.
that you have now.
Yeah.
They're very like, cause like you're aimed mostly at people like they're young,
Yeah.
and young people, you know,
Our
these
age.
days,
Yeah.
we know, exactly.
Our age until young. Yeah.
People our age these days, they're obsessed with podcasts, and if they find something so relatable
True.
to their life, they would probably
True.
just
They'll listen to it.
accept
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
will literally,
I'm one of them. Yeah.
yeah,
That's how I am. I'm one of the viewers like that.
beautiful, man.
The only reason I did podcasts, right? And I've been planning this since it's been 3 years now. I've been planning to do this. Like I had the idea, the thought that I should do a podcast in Qatar.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was gonna reach it. I kind of gave up on that idea because no one was really like telling me to go for it. But when I went to the Sheikh Skype's channel and did the channel, I did a video about it for like I was literally talking with him for 4 hours, live stream, 4 hours live stream podcast. That was amazing. I was like, this is possible.
I probably hit you in your head that said basically that since I can make all these ideas and all these conversations happen,
Yeah.
why not share it with people?
Share
So they can
exactly.
get stuff from it.
And people can learn, and whoever I bring guests, I can learn from them too.
Exactly.
Because legit, now I just learned some knowledge from you that you just told me. You know.
Likewise, man.
Yeah,
Likewise,
legit. So legit,
Yeah.
like, that's the only reason I'm doing the podcast, so I can learn from myself. Obviously, nowadays, not a lot of people read books. In a sense, people who have knowledge with books can express it out. You know, why not? Because a lot of people.
You can literally read someone's brain. You can just
Yeah.
pick it out. And that's what we do.
It's one way of
podcasts.
reading
Yeah.
some books. This
Amazing,
is like
man, yeah.
amazing knowledge and experience. I think these are the two things: knowledge and experience, and wisdom. Some wisdom
Yeah.
out of it too. For that reason, that's why like it was amazing that you approached that you should come, and I was like, this is a great idea. That's why this is why I wanted to bring. I was like, definitely making with you a video.
Yeah,
So,
for
yeah.
sure, man. Anytime.
Nah, man, thank you so much for coming. That's
Yeah.
that's the one thing for sure.
Bro, before we end this, can I just go
Alright,
back
ending
to
it.
the
I'm just saying
bodybuilding
thank
thing,
you.
bro? So, bro, you know, have you heard of this? I think it's a mental disorder called body dysmorphia. You ever heard of it?
No, never heard.
So there's gender dysphoria and there's body dysmorphia. So some
Okay.
people get them confused. Gender dysphoria, I believe it's when someone believes he's a different gender inside.
Yes.
However, body dysmorphia, it's when you look at the mirror and you're totally not convinced and not okay with how your body looks like.
Yes.
And from what I learned as I grew up is that men, from my experience, my friends, we have this body dysmorphia thing when we're around like teenagers, late teenagers to adults, like early adults.
I'm still a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, some of my friends, I literally heard this, like from the guy I lived with, he was obsessed, he just wanted to get steroids. Why did he want to get steroids? The reason why people want to get steroids is because of body dysmorphia, primarily, bro.
I probably
Because
have
they
it too.
see, yeah, like there's a guy called Chris Bumstead, he's a very famous athlete, very famous bodybuilder.
Right.
His body does not look natural at all, bro.
Right.
And I think you can imagine what I'm talking about. Like,
Yes.
have you seen Arnold
Those
Schwarzenegger?
yeah.
Like
That's-
Schwarzenegger in his like early days.
Yeah.
Dude, he looked like an absolute like Adonis, as they say. He did not look human.
Hmm.
And how can you look non-human without doing some sketchy stuff?
So yeah. So you did.
And that's why people want to take steroids. So I just didn't finish the conversation because I heard it from some people, like even close to me, bro.
Yeah.
They literally show me models on Instagram and they say, I want to be like this. And I
Yeah.
look at it, I'm like, dude, this isn't natural.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're planning something else.
Oh well, for me it's like if you want to get woman, right? Like if you want to look attractive for your partner, right? For me, that I don't think it's. They don't want something that's too extreme.
But that's that's
Yeah.
why I said body dysmorphia, because I feel like there's a reason why people have body dysmorphia these days. It's
Yeah.
like, why would you want to change your body to an unnatural state
Right.
if you could just work out and look reasonably good, like a normal
So look fine.
actor, maybe, you know?
Enough to punch a guy. That's it. Like I mean, that's the one thing I'm looking for. Just to
Yeah.
defend
But that's the
myself.
thing, bro. That's the whole thing.
Like
bro.
Andrew Shade's body. Let's just say that. His brother and and him.
Yeah.
Their body's perfect.
But the thing is, bro, I told
Yeah.
you this, though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're on something. Like, I have to tell you, at least it's testosterone, maybe something else.
Maybe yeah.
Because, bro, the guy is shredded 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the guy has, like, abs, my guy. Like,
He has abs.
and he's old. He's like 35. Like, I don't think he
35.
does. He works out abs every
He
day.
stopped. He stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't
what
know.
is he doing?
No, he does go to gym. He says. Like I heard one of the stream that he goes to gym, works out, gets massaged, and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know.
No, but like that's
to be
thing because
honest,
apparently from
that's
what I
just-
learned, yeah. So, but from what I learned is that if you want to get fit, you need to do it like a process. So you either bulk and then
Yeah.
get skinnier, you cut, or
Yeah.
you do it the other way. You cut and then you bulk. So what you're doing right now is basically technically you're cutting, you're getting
Yeah.
rid of the fat,
Yeah.
so you can start bulking and getting muscles
Yeah.
back.
That's how I do.
Exactly. So yeah.
I'm just doing the long presses. I'll be patient about this for the body. I understand the body how.
Bro, that's the thing. I even
Yeah.
read from like even
Yeah.
the Greg Duchet, the online coach that I was telling you about. He even said that in order to get a better body, it's better for you to just lengthen the process, make it longer in the beginning
Yeah.
as a young person.
Yeah.
So like
exactly.
if you get muscles,
Mm.
but it took longer for you to get these muscles, they're gonna be better. Because
Right.
if you do it fast, it's not really gonna stay. It's not gonna stick.
I don't know. I think for like for me I don't know. I don't even have the time to do it like every day. I usually stay in the gym for 2 hours, like 1 hour 30 minutes cardio work.
I mean that's good, bro.
Yeah,
you
1
don't
hour,
need to do anything more.
Yeah,
than
40 minutes cross ramp.
Well, I would say
Yeah.
personally, I would say 40 minutes is like minimum.
14 minutes.
40
40
minutes is minimum. But like if you're just starting, dude, 1 minute a day
yeah.
is good. If you
Yeah.
just started, if you
Every
just started, 1 minute a
Yeah.
day is good.
1 month.
But if you
yeah.
already started for like a month now, I would expect you to do at least 30 minutes of anything.
30
Just-
minutes, right?
But if your goal is to do cardio and get skinnier,
Yeah.
basically, yeah, stick to cardio.
Yeah, legit. That's what I'm doing. Weights, I'm not doing that much. Yeah, right now weights not.
No,
my
bro, I
focus.
wouldn't recommend because when I
Yeah.
started, I was a bit chubby,
Yeah.
and then what I started to do was I started to just run in 2019. 2020, I kind of lacked, but then 2021 I came back and I
Right.
started running. That was
Right.
like last year. I started running.
Yeah.
Got really skinny to a point where I was like, why am I so skinny? Why can't I just do something else? Why do I just run and play football? So
Right.
I decided, let me just start lifting. So I started lifting for like
Yeah.
a year now. I gained like 10 kilograms since a year. Just like I would say most of it is muscle because I
Yeah.
was really skinny, man. Like,
You're right.
really skinny.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not doing all the cardio. Yesterday I went to the gym. I did. It was arms day, so I basically working on my arms, pulled some weights and everything.
Yeah.
I first do like an hour and 30 minutes, and then there's just 4 workouts for the gym for pulling muscles. I think 2 days ago it was chest. No, for 2 days I was doing chest, and then and that same day I did also back, and then yesterday I did arms. Today I don't know, probably legs or probably maybe legs if my coach is there. But other than that, it's probably back and chest again. Probably
Wonderful,
arms.
yeah.
So yeah, it's just I'm keeping everything, but it's not too extreme. It makes me active. When I come back home, I'm tired, but I feel like I can work on something. Nowadays, when I lose 10 kg,
Yeah.
I think I feel more active.
It's almost like when you work your body,
Yeah.
your mind is much more
Pure
fresh and awake.
to think.
So it's like it's
Yeah.
also time for your mind to work out as well in that sense. So you have
Exactly.
to read,
Exactly.
do editing,
Editing
work,
and that's
yeah.
and it's much better.
Much
And,
better.
and I just feel happy. I think I'll tell you that.
That's
I
the
just,
whole point. That's the whole point. man.
It's amazing. It makes me happy when I go there and do it and just come back home
Yeah,
sweating.
man, and I hear people always say this. They
Yeah.
always say this, bro.
Yeah.
They say there's 10 people who are depressed.
Yeah.
You take them all to the gym. At least just 2 of them are still depressed. Like everyone,
Yeah.
like most of them are gonna lose their depression, bro.
For me, depression is when there's a problem coming and I can't solve it. For me, that's depression. For me, depression is not like family issues. That for the family issues and that stuff which I faced before. For me, that's not a big deal. It's just like part of life, I guess. For that type of depression, I don't really have that no more. But for
Yeah.
me, depression is right now, or for me when I'm kind of downfall, just like I usually have that when it's. I don't have depression. I have stress most of the time. Stress.
Yeah, I mean,
Stressed out from problems that are coming
everyone
approach.
has this, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So these are the stresses I kind of get. Stress like I have like 4 or 5 years to figure out, at least start earning money from the media.
The way I
Like,
see it, bro,
yeah.
is stress comes from a place of hope because you hope so much,
Yeah.
you worry. But depression, what I see it is, it's like it's just hopelessness. That's
Hopelessness.
what- so-
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
I would
Yeah.
say personally, depression is obviously much worse.
I had depression in school. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Loss of hope. Then
Bro, I remember you talking about that. I believe in a podcast with Allah, or by because you remember when
Yes.
you would live stream by yourself.
Yes.
Sometimes, and then you would do it with Allah. I
Yes.
heard a lot about that.
Yeah.
I remember very vividly you speaking about how many struggles you had mentally in school, and you had
School
personal
was-
reasons as well. You told us about your personal reasons.
Yeah, what was the person?
I believe someone. Bro, I believe someone. Bro, I don't know why. I just Someone die in your family or like something like that? Or someone got sick or died?
Someone died, but that one was like a way to scapegoat to say, oh, someone died. That was the way I camouflaged that. Oh no, I'm just upset that someone passed away. I lied that much not to know anyone. I kind of hide. I try to hide my depression. I did hide my depression successfully. Like I would have red eyes because from tears and stuff, and I'll be like, no, it's just I'm looking at the screen too much. My eyes are red. Even my friends are like, yo, you good? Like you have a red eye? You're good? It's like, no, I'm good. It's like, and I would just go in the toilet. I would literally go to the toilet just to cry all the tears out, and then just come back. Like act normal, nothing happened. That's how it would be every single day. And later on, I try to figure out what's the purpose of life.
How was that also your journey with Islam? Yeah, because I remember you speaking.
I started reading the Quran for fun. I was like, after Isha, I'll just for 30-40 minutes, I'll read 5-6 pages of Quran and just go back. And for some reason, I didn't understand what the Arabic says in the Quran, right? I just read random pages. Yeah. So and I don't know. It's day by day, I kind of improved. Day by day, like. But I still hated school in a sense. Like I didn't like how it was structured in a sense, right? And there was nothing for me that was interesting to be there in year 8 and year 9. No, in year 9.
You know what's funny is I would say the worst years I've ever had in my life was like year 7, 8, and 9. Yeah. Like almost.
For me, it was year 8, year 9. Year 9 was the worst.
Dude, I don't know what it was with these years for me, because I had a lot of friends in year 6, and then somehow they changed. You know when they changed the class and you're not with your friends anymore?
That happened to me. Yeah.
And not only are you out of your comfort zone, it's that there's no one really that's like you. So you're just stuck there in the class in the corner. That's what happened to me for 3 years.
That's exactly what happened to me. And just like people there were kind of like, I don't know. I was just a too nice person. I don't know. Like I was very quiet. I'm a very quiet person when I was in school.
I had the same issue, bro. I agree.
I was a super quiet person. Not a lot of people knew about me or anything, but I was very chill dude. Didn't do anything. I was very quiet.
Yeah.
But there was reasons that I was quiet. I kind of regret being quiet because I didn't leave anything.
Obviously, I do too, because as a young person, you're supposed to release all your energy, go all out. True. At that point, you don't really have any. You're not accountable for anything. You're not accountable for anything.
No, plus I didn't leave anything behind their school that they will remember who I am.
Yeah.
All these years, and I got nothing out of it. Every single day that kind of hits me. And what's even worse, I didn't even graduate from high school. Like I'm getting my high school grades.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything because you didn't do your 12. Was that it, right?
Yeah, I didn't do my year 12.
But the thing is, it's not about the actual certification of graduation. It's all about how, what you did, what the grades you did. Like, did you do this ICSE?
I did terrible.
Dude, but who cares, man?
It's all
dude, well, as long as you took something from that. You took that, you're good at other things, for example,
Yeah, school made me discover what I love to do. And then also school, good thing about school, it has persistency, timetable. You wake up in the morning every single day at 6. That was like the best thing. That's the thing that
I think about. When you have these lazy days in the summer and you wake up at 2 p.m. and then you remember...
Sucks.
Dude, but then you remember when you were in school, you're like, wait, I was actually able to wake up every day at 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Take the bus, get to school at 6:30.
You would hate it, but you just woke up.
No, but you did it. No, but you actually...
You just did it. Yeah.
But you're proud of it. Aren't you proud of it? You actually
I loved it. You're forced to do it. I loved it. But the problem was I was depressed waking up in the morning because the situation I was in, right? I was depressed at that time. But for me, it's like you're waking up. Like I'd rather wake up in the morning 6 a.m. for something that I love to do, right? If someone told me at 6 a.m. and we have to wake up at 5 a.m., all right, we have to go to this one place to record a video. I probably can't even go sleep. I'll be staying awake I'll be so excited what to do for that day. In school, it wasn't like that. I was like, I have to go sleep at 6. I have only 6 hours sleep. I have to sleep now and not. It was like a dead ass job that you're forced to do, So for me, for that reason, I enjoyed waking up 6 a.m. in the morning. It's just I didn't like what I was going toward.
Bro, out of curiosity, how many hours do you sleep these days nowadays?
9 hours, maximum 9 hours.
Bro, that's amazing. That's really good to hear. Because, bro,
8, 7.
There is this thing with young people. You probably notice this. Is when they say they sleep 6 hours, they act like it's a good thing. Like you see in their features, when they say 6 hours, they look like 6 hours. Dude, you're destroying.
Today I woke up 6 hours because I had some stuff to do.
I mean, that's the thing. If occasionally you sleep less than 8 hours, dude, if it happens occasionally, it's fine.
It's fine. But every day,
dude, you're literally burning your brain. So you're literally killing yourself slowly.
Literally, I hate it. 9 hours is even 8 hours sucks for me. 8 hours is bad for me.
The thing is, it depends. Well, for me, bro, sometimes, I don't know why, I sleep 7 hours and a half, 7 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sleep 10 hours. It just depends, bro.
Depends.
For me. Because I work out 6 days a week. Or I try to. I started doing that because, bro, I've been traveling for
2 months now.
2 months. I've been just constantly traveling, doing stuff with my family.
Right.
But a week ago, I started I came back to the gym.
You came back to the gym, yeah.
I'm gonna stick to it, inshallah. And now that I'm doing my last year uni,
Yeah.
I cannot leave the gym because, dude, with the gym,
Right.
you go to the gym,
Right.
you feel really tired physically, but your body, like I said, man, your body, like your mind is working. Your mind is working, so you still. Yeah. It's almost like, oh, I'm tired. I can't do anything, so I'm just sitting, but my mind is like aching to write, to read. So I have to study either way, regardless, because I can't move. I'm literally dead.
Yeah, for me, like, it's like when you sit down, right, and like you didn't go to gym. Like, for example, right now, after this, like after Isha, like at 8 o'clock, I have to reach to my gym. My gym is kind of far away. It's in Education City, so I have to go there right at 8 o'clock. If I don't go there at 8 o'clock and I start doing YouTube editings right now, I will feel very tired.
Yeah.
I'll feel my brain will shut down immediately, because when I'm in the gym, my brain is active. You know, it's not that active, but when I come back home, like my body is tired. I'm ready to sit down on my cozy chair and start editing, because my brain is still working. I can still use my fingers to work it out.
Beautiful, man. Yeah.
So that's the best part about it. Yeah. But yeah, 9 hours. Like I track my time, like how many hours I sleep. 9 hours. It's usually 9 hours, and it's amazing. It's heaven.
Yeah, well, let me just say this, bro, because you're trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
So you probably heard about the importance of maintaining a healthy, like balanced protein intake.
Yes.
So do you track your protein intake?
Not protein intake. Right now, I just take in calories. Mostly.
But that's
calories.
bro, because if you're losing calories, that means you can't eat a lot. Because you eat a lot, that means okay, you're gonna get more protein from eating, but you're gonna gain weight. So let me tell you this, bro. I advise you to get like a protein shake.
Yes.
A protein powder, so you can put in your milk and then.
Yeah. The thing is, right?
Because
everything is getting taken care of. I already have a coach that's helping me out.
MashaAllah, man.
A personal, like really.
I'm saying
personal.
like as a reminder to others as well as yourself, because many people like they overlook the protein thing.
Yes.
Because bro, you're losing weight, but like, are you maintaining the muscle mass you already have? Because the thing is, when the more fat you have, the more muscles you're likely to have as well.
Yes.
When you lose weight, there's a chance you could lose some muscle volume, especially if you don't like work.
Yeah.
If you don't work your legs, you work your traps.
Yeah.
You know.
But like for me, like the problem was for me, like when I used to eat a meal, right? First of all, forget about meals, healthy meals. I used to drink a lot of Pepsi, right? Pepsi drinks, those type of drinks. I drink a lot of sugary water.
God, man.
That, and I used to eat fast food like probably 3-4 times a week, you know, because that's the only thing that was available in Taliban, and I didn't cook. Too lazy to cook. Fucking fat. Who cares? Right? I can order food. That was my thing, right? I want to consume time cooking. So for me, that was the issue. And for that, it kind of pushed me off to go to that type of boundary, you know. And but here's the thing: the time where I was in, and this was happening all in Corona for the past 2 years. That's how it was. And I'll tell you when I about the mature thing, right? Like becoming mature and like having ambitions. Like having ambitions started having confidence in me, and like it started happening in those years when I was 16 and a half, or starting to become 17.
Wait, so how
2 years
ago?
Now? I'm 18.
MashaAllah, but you know, I'm like 20, so we're like not that far apart in age. So
yeah, age is a number, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense because like you were 2 years younger in school, but yeah, that's crazy, man.
You're
very mature for your age, and I hope the best for you, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Well, bro, likewise, dude. You're not gonna find a lot of people like you in 20.
Yeah.
Everyone just focuses on, I don't know, smoking.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what it is, man. The problem with being an adult in my type of Arab society is that you have so many expectations put on you by your parents, and you have all these responsibilities, so you don't have time to think for yourself about anything. So either you're just told that you're young, you don't know anything, you're just too ambitious, and all you have to do is stick to this written book and abide by it. So maybe they just
cope. I think it's every culture.
Most of the time, like the bad things that people do is just a coping mechanism because they don't know what else to do to escape. It's like escapism, bro. They smoke, they play video games till it's 5 a.m. They don't know what else to do, man. I can't really blame them. And for that's why I need to work out. That's why I need to. I have to work out.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Same thing with me.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I don't smoke. That's like the one thing. Like I'm just happy about.
Bro, like it's good they don't smoke, but there's much worse things out there. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. True.
I would personally argue that porn is worse than smoking.
Because
I
agree.
With smoking,
definitely.
Bro, with smoking, it doesn't affect your brain necessarily.
You're right.
I mean, it may affect, but it doesn't directly. Because like when you smoke, you're not gonna pray, and when you're praying, like when you pray, you don't think about smoking.
Yeah.
Necessarily, you don't think about smoke.
Right.
But many people, I've heard this from many porn addicts. They tell me this, bro, and you probably heard the same thing.
Right.
That when they pray after watching a porn video, that porn video may come up in their head, which is very unfortunate.
It's very true.
Sickening to think about, bro.
It's very true. Yeah.
So that's interesting, man, and especially when you're studying. Imagine you're sitting in a room, confined in your own room, and like
alone,
study,
and then it starts happening.
bro, that could, like,
I know
ruin your
people who
life.
experience this.
But still,
Yeah.
I'm not saying smoking is good either.
Smoking either good, yeah. No, both things are bad.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why they're haram. But like nowadays, smoking's considered haram. But like, you got people in public, your friend's just smoking, and you can't stop him. If you stop him, you lose a friend. That's how it is. That's how it became. This is the mentality.
I have a situation I have with Allah, and it's funny that he was on this podcast, and I want to say the situation.
Say it on the camera. It's a beef.
Dude, no, it's a good situation. It's a nice one, bro.
Yeah, right. Tell me.
One time, dude, this situation showed me what a man wallah is, mashallah, and I
Right.
hope the best for that brother. You know, I see him as a brother. I see you as a brother as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's friendship, and then
there's brothers. Yes.
Brotherhood is when you stick with someone, no matter how wrong they wronged you, like how badly they wronged you, but
Right.
you truly want, as a Muslim brother,
Yeah.
you want the best
Best
for them.
of them. Yes.
So you don't care about
Right.
your ego.
Right.
Oh, he ignored my message.
Yeah.
No, bro, like he's my brother.
yeah.
I'm gonna help him. I'm not
Yes.
gonna, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do good for this guy.
Yeah.
And one time I was walking in my neighborhood in Qatar, and there was a lighted smoke, like there's a cigar or a cigarette. It was on, like on the floor. And just as a joke, I picked it up. I was like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna smoke." I don't know why. Like, you know, like when you're 16 or 15, you do goofy stuff.
Right.
I just picked it up and I was acting like I was gonna smoke it. And wallah, I've never seen him get so angry so fast.
Yeah, you never see him angry, right?
Like my dad. It was like,
Right.
what are you doing, man? He picked it up and he was like, stomping on it. I was like, yo, dude, I was joking. He was like, oh yeah. He's like, oh, but don't smoke. Bro.
Don't
smoke. I was like,
Yeah,
thanks.
same, dude.
No, like sometimes you need like a slap in your face.
Yeah, dude.
Like ego, forget your ego, man. Sometimes
Fuck ego, bro. Smoking's bad.
You can get addicted to anything.
Yeah, true.
You can addicted to
My
anything.
friends right now, I know people who
Yeah.
smoke say we don't smoke now for fun. We smoke because we're addicted to it now. That's how it is. That's who they are. And I had a lot of friends. I had friends who were like fobs. You know fobs, the different term.
Yeah.
I had one of my friends like this. So that's the type of people.
And it's scary. Like when they grow up, they're gonna have smoking breaks. Dude, why would you need a break to satisfy your addiction? That's kind of scary. And
for me, right? That's totally fine. But like when you have family, when you have children, dude, I remember I saw his wife standing outside with his 2 children, just waiting for him, just because he's smoking outside the mall. For me, the woman, like, she has a straight face. She's not saying anything, but she's probably pissed from the inside that we're not entering the mall to eat in the food court because this guy is smoking. He's addicted to it, and he has like 2 kids, like just one in the trolley, one child just holding his hand. For me, that I think that's the only reason I kind of like didn't want to do it, because it doesn't just harm you; it harms the other people too.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
Like relationship
Facts,
reasons, yeah. And it shouldn't be allowed. I don't know, like I don't know how it even became legal around these countries, but
again, like I wouldn't say it's like a major haram, but that's the thing about porn, bro. Porn is a major because it's zina of the eye.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there is very, very bad videos online, and some of them are CP.
And they're very easy to find.
Dude.
Netflix, YouTube, they're everywhere.
Dude, you remember that movie a few years back, Cuties?
Hello, what?
There's a movie called Cuties on Netflix. I think it was a movie. It was like a French dude. That movie had children like age of age working, and that movie was banned in many. That started a whole thing. But that's just like a small example of what can happen online.
That's nothing comparing to other stuff that shit exists. You know.
Facts, man. Yeah.
Legit, it sucks.
And bro, and I hate how,
especially for a guy. For a guy, it sucks because like social media,
bro, and it's very understated with porn. It's like it's an addiction. It's a drug. No one talks about it. I agree. Everyone thinks like normal. Even bro,
it's a hidden thing. It's a thing you do alone. Right.
Dude, I've spoken to many parents like in real life. They told me it's normal. It's part of a child's life. But dude, they didn't experience. Dude, when they were kids, like
they had magazines. This is different.
Dude, they had pictures.
Yeah.
Dude, they were lucky to see a picture of a naked person.
That's
let alone porn. Like. Videos, man.
Yeah, they are porn. They're just like
what we have today is like another level, and it should be
4K HD quality.
It should be stopped.
Yeah,
dude. Anyone can watch porn. Most people who start porn start at 11 or 12. Unfortunately.
True. Yeah.
It's
No.
It's sickening, man.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been thinking, man. Like, do you have any good ideas of how to protect your children from it? Because my own idea, the way I see it is. You would need to like educate your kids about this before they reach puberty, and not make it a taboo thing. Everything is taboo. Everything is like, oh, we can't do this, not because it's haram, but because our society thinks this isn't good, or just for whatever reason.
This is just haram. Don't do it.
It's not taboo. You have to tell your children that this is a drug.
This is a drug.
It can ruin your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because like since we both are in a generation where this thing has developed in our generation, right?
Yeah, man.
Previous generation, they wouldn't know. We know this, right? So for us, I think it's much easier for us to like now to like understand how to protect. You know, like what's that quote called? Like, you know, oh, stay away from strangers, but now stay away from strangers from online. You know, or like
Yeah.
stuff from online, because now everything is indoor. A lot of these, like our parents, they'll say until now they'll say stay away from strangers. They don't say stay away from online. Until now, they won't say that. For that reason, I think a lot of people. I think for this generation, I think now they know what's good and bad.
Dude,
for
let me tell you
online
something that
stuff.
happened, bro. Something interesting that happened to me.
What?
My younger sister, actually, some random unknown guy
Right.
DM'd my young sister. She's not even. She wasn't even 12 at that point.
Right.
Yeah, she was 12. She was probably 12.
Right.
Dude, some random guy DM'd her, and he was
Right.
asking her weird, like, romantic questions.
Right.
And dude, when she told me, I freaked out. I immediately, first reaction, I took the guy's Instagram account.
Yeah.
I sent it to all my friends, started trolling him, sending him beheading videos and stuff. Literally, we acted like we were like some ISIS. And dude, we were just carrying, dude, we had so much fun. And I can tell the guy was a bit faced. He was like, "Whoa, what's happening?" I was like, "I know your location. I'm gonna come for you. I know you're in this area."
Send me location.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you know, it's still like it's scary, dude.
fucked.
Like my sister was 12, bro.
Yeah.
Like at least, okay, maybe if she was 15 or 17, but dude, she was 12.
My younger sister, right? She's 13 right now. She's 13.
Oh.
So I'm very careful who
Yeah,
she's.
yeah,
I
yeah.
even explain to her how guys are. So if you're friends with, like I
Thank
said,
you.
if you're friends with guys, if you are, don't hang around with them a lot.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
and tell them just know that we are biologically wired
Yeah.
differently. We're not
It's
the
like
same.
it's
Yeah.
like it's not. It's like, and it's better for the both parties. I'm like, for
Yeah.
you, these guys are different, right? They'll act different, but they're not like. I'm like, I said, this is how people are,
Yeah.
right?
It's
So I was
biology,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how guys are. Right now they're young, they probably don't know anything. But I'm like, when they're like mature like you, then they're different. So I was like, be friends with people who are like your age and they're women. So yeah, that's one thing. And that's one thing I also told my sister, that, you know, like instead of going to private school, it's mixed gender, go to one gender school. Because me personally, going to private school that had same mixed gender was kind of shit show. For me, I think it was bullshit. I think we
likewise,
shouldn't
yeah,
be.
yeah.
We shouldn't be together. Honestly, for me, it was a distraction. I'm gonna be honest. It was a distraction. It was annoying too.
Dude, we wouldn't even think of studying. All we would think about is like, what am I gonna wear tomorrow? How am I gonna do my hair?
Exactly.
Dude, it's like, dude, I'm just.
And the
trying to
worst part
study.
is you're
Yeah.
forced in that circle because everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it. That's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
You
Like-
stop it. Good luck.
Yeah.
That's how it was. Then it was really bullshit. And
Bro, like,
and like being a Muslim and that type of place.
dude,
It's like,
let me-
you're
let me-
weird.
Dude, let me say this to everyone.
cool.
Bro, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
many people from our school are hearing this, but I have to say it, bro. I don't care if these guys get upset. Dude, I regret going to prom in my last year of high school. That stuff was so cringe
Right.
and embarrassing.
Right.
I cannot believe I was exposed to that with my friends.
I remember, like, yeah, there was some Instagram pictures.
No, bro, it was so bad. Cause like, let me tell you what happened.
Yeah. Tell me.
In prom,
I'll never experience this.
you're exposed- dude. Yeah, cause
I know prom. I don't know why do you even have prom?
dude, that's my main point.
The idea of prom is
Bro.
it's haram.
Dude, like we live in a Muslim country.
And you're having prom.
Why are we? Look, let me tell you what happened. Like a week before prom, we had a prom whatever week or so. I don't know what they
Right.
called it. Each male was attracted to a woman, had to give her a letter. Bro, it was really bad. Trust me, it was bad. Like, if you think westernization like stopped, like, dude, I think most of the males that were cool, like, I want to say I was considered like a jock, but I was kind of there. So because I knew these guys, the cool guys, we were expected to each give a rose to a woman, along with her name and like asking her to go to prom, and then give it to her. But I didn't do it. Thank God. Me and my friends didn't do it. We were close to doing it, but we didn't do it because we realized, why are you doing that anyway?
Yeah, right.
But most of the people in our grade attempted it.
They just
Some
do it,
people
yeah.
got rejected. Many
Damn.
weren't rejected.
All right.
And dude, it was so embarrassing. Like, it's like, dude, are you getting married? Why are you going out with a girl, grabbing her hips and dancing with her, bro? And it's like, anyway, man. Point is, but the point is, man, I didn't realize it at that point because I just wanted to prompt to dance and eat, basically. Wallah, I just want to dance and eat with my friends. We danced so
Exactly.
hard, bro. We're like breaking down so hard, like we were just like went all out in the dance floor. We were sweating,
Yeah.
and at one point I was dancing with one of my friends. You know, there was like a romantic dance for like the couples.
Yeah, you just
Like,
took your guy.
I don't care. Wallah. Yeah, this is kind of gay. We laughed for like 10 seconds. No, I don't want to be homophobic. We're like,
No, it's amazing. You should rub them off against other
Yeah.
dudes. That's
Dude,
amazing.
There was so much drama
That
as
is-
well, dude.
oh.
Even at like
Yeah.
the prom, there was so much drama between couples and stuff like that. But anyways, after we were done, I realized like, dude, we're wearing suits. we're doing everything that the white man expects us to do. Like, why is that the case? Why is that cool? Why do we even have prom here? Like, I
didn't know when I knew you guys had prom. I'm like, why do you guys have prom?
But dude, it was bad. Like dude,
shit, I didn't know it was this bad.
Dude, it was prom.
Prom. Yeah, listen.
It was bad.
Bro, if I hear the word prom, I'm like, what a joke. We're not. I'll just ignore the topic if anyone talks about
probably
prom.
think we're just gonna eat some popcorn, eat some tapuya.
Yeah, and the guys will be separate from the girls. Like, they wouldn't do shit.
No, bro. Dude, it was bad.
Fuck, it was worse than a prom.
No, well, I was really kind of ashamed. Like after it happened, dude, it was like towards the last years of my.
Yo, thank God I didn't go year 12.
So, dude, I'll be honest. Like, I don't know if I regret going to year 12, but it was pretty much useless because even when I applied to uni, I applied to my year 11 grades, and that's why I got accepted to the UK. It was just the IGCSEs. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you straight up. So, either way, man, Allah plans. Allah is the best planners. Any plans, whatever.
Dude, I failed the IGCSE.
Dude, who cares?
Allah, dude.
Bro, look, as long as you have the right mentality now, bro, Allah can take you to places, man. Just don't.
I feel like I was meant to not. For me, for uni, I don't know. I don't see myself going to uni and like enjoying it because I feel like it's gonna go same as the way school was.
If you honestly feel that way, well, I don't blame you because we're different, man. We're not. Dude, I mean, not everyone who works in Microsoft went to uni. Not everyone who does this or that. Exactly. I mean, there's schools out there like non-uni programs you can take for
I'll take
IT
it, no
stuff,
problem.
bro. Yeah. Is that like, dude? It's not about uni. It's about you as a human.
Yeah, because like, the stuff I'm studying is engineering. We're in my showcase, in my version of the show, engineering. There's no interest of me in taking engineering, right? I have no, like... My dad knows. My dad told me, look, just do the degree, all right? But we know you're not going to get the job. We know it, all right? So that's why, like, I told him, look, I got 1,000 views. Yeah. I'm taking this shit seriously, right? So let me do what I do. I told my dad, tomorrow I'm going to bring this friend. He's amazing. Or recording this. I told my family. Everyone in my family knows. I was like, I'm doing this recording. And I'm like, I have to do it today. And they didn't stop me for once. Because they know I'm going for this path. I told them my name will be my brand. My name will be my brand. And
I think that's really good, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's really good because your name, not only is it a unique name, I'm saying this as your friend. Because your name, when I first heard it, I was very confused. I remember like when we were playing online.
This is Shia.
no, bro. Like, it was like Mirza B. I was like, what does that mean?
Oh, right.
Like, what is that name? Like, I always thought you were like some... like South... Okay, like something like non-Arab completely, like something weird. Like I actually didn't even know how to imagine you, bro.
Yeah.
But then they told me, he's actually from Pakistan. I was like, whoa, that's interesting.
Weird.
And so your name, I like how you put your name as a YouTube channel name.
Yes.
Wait, what's your channel? It's like
Mirza Ibi.
Exactly.
Just like the YouTube.
Exactly. So basically, it's good because you're just promoting your own like culture, your own. You're representing basically.
Yeah.
And I respect that a lot, and I like it. And it's like it shows that you have confidence. Exactly. Honor and pride, and I like that, and I see no problem.
Likewise, dude. Yeah.
Because unfortunately, some YouTubers out there, I think you can probably think of some. Yes. They come from a certain background and they try and appeal to a different audience. Exactly. They change their name to some other funky Western, Eastern, whatever Japanese name. Like, dude, just be proud of who you are.
I remember I was doing this artwork, and they told me, okay, everyone has their name of artwork, like they have their own names.
Wow.
Like the design, like their own, like but mine was like, mine's Mirza Ibi straight away. Like, I don't care. It's like, oh no, like we're trying to hide our identification. I was like, Mirza Ibi. I was like, okay, make it even cooler. You could remove Mirza, you could put Ibi designer, because I'm a designer, but my name is Ibi. So there we go. So that's why I like Mirza Ibi. I think a part of my time, I don't know if you've seen my Instagram name.
Wait, is that your nick? Like Ibrahim? Do you guys say
Ibi? Yeah, my family, they call me Ibi.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I was like,
I mean,
okay, Mirza Ibi.
Because in Arab countries, it's usually like Bibo or some crazy.
Bibo, yeah.
Ibi is nice. Ibi sounds pretty good. Ibi is actually chill, like Ibi.
Indians and Pakistanis, they said it that way. That's how they say it.
Nice, man.
I know like one child, Ibrahim, like, and they call him Ibi too. Like, damn, that's my nickname too. Yeah. Before it was IBBBI. Like IBBI, and then now I changed to EB, just a letter EB. Became even shorter, more brandable. So, Mirza EB. I was like, I was happy that I have this name because it's unique and it's like memorable that it's unique, So for me, that's why I kept the name for itself. Plus, it has its own history, so I'm just happy. Exactly, man. For me, Okay, less about me, more about you. What about you? What's your ambitions? Like, what's your end goal?
It's a nice question. Asking right now, bro. I appreciate it. So basically, what you were talking about, like, how you were saying that engineering, where you're currently studying, doesn't really relate.
I'm about to go. Yeah.
Does it really relate to what you're ambitious towards?
Yeah, maintenance engineering. Yeah.
But with me, I actually find that the mechanical engineering degree that I'm pursuing right now relates a lot to my personality and to my interests and hobbies.
Right.
Because I'm into history.
Right.
History can involve many things.
Right.
Religion can involve swords.
Right.
What does swords actually imply? Swords imply that metallurgy. I'm into metallurgy. I'm into like different types of swords, master
Right.
steel, whatever these things.
Right.
That's cool. And like I can study materials. Sorry.
Right.
Now I can study materials in my last year of uni, which I'm actually doing, alhamdulillah, because I passed. So I can study design materials as well as aerospace engineering,
Right.
because I'm going to be taking that in my last year as well. And I can merge all these things so I can somehow put them in with my hobbies. Like I can start a company that does sells metals
Right.
in Iraq. So many, wallah bro, alhamdulillah, I have so many opportunities if I just keep like...
Just keep
saying
doing
that
what you're...
yes.
Yeah, persistence.
Exact persistence, as you said, bro.
Exactly.
So yeah, alhamdulillah, I can see that my personality as well as have like the engineering personality.
Right.
I like to manage my life. I like to do stuff. I like to structure my life. I don't like to just just close my eyes and hope for the best. I like to be an engineer, like literally in my personality, in my day-to-day life. I like to plan my stuff, plan everything. I have like a whole, bro. You wouldn't even believe how much stuff I have on my phone that just relate to going to the gym. Like, dude, the workouts, how many reps I did, the time I run, the kilometers. Like, alhamdulillah, bro, it's all from Allah, man. And it's the key to success. Just persistence, as you said, man.
Literally, yeah. Persistence is the key, bro. Legit, like, Andrew Tate said this quote for the gym, right? I was reading
Top
this,
G.
Top
Andrew
G.
Tate, yeah.
He said this: if you're going to gym and like you don't feel like going, you know that those days you don't feel like going to gym, you just don't want to go, right?
Dude, it's today, bro. I don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't want to go. But if you go there with that type of mood, you are better than the guy who has a good mood going to gym. And that really hit me. I was like, shit, that's kind of right. So I applied the same thing with everything.
Thank you. Yeah. Exactly.
I don't like editing, but I have to do it for the sake, like, if I do it, it will go well, you know? It's just like, just do it, you know? For me, yeah, that's one thing. And
you have to go,
so hard.
Dude, and you have to go through the uncomfort of, like, talking to people about your ideas and, like, telling people, yo, can you share my video? You have to go through that, bro. You have to. Like, how else are you going to grow, you know?
At least a lot of people are not, like, making jokes. I know a group of people who probably make a joke about me. Like,
sorry, what do you mean by making jokes? Like, what are you talking about?
Making fun of me that I have this type of ambition to, like, start a YouTube channel, have my own brand name. A lot of people there did this.
Dude, it's always gonna happen, bro.
It's gonna happen.
If you're outside the curve, if you're outside the societal expectation, they're gonna be, dude. Because I'll tell you what it is, man. They want you to fail. Because if you succeed, it's gonna be such a big success, and it's gonna be such a big slap in their faces that they wouldn't handle it. So they have
a motivation.
It is a motivation,
for me,
dude. And it's almost like they're telling you that you can't. It's like basically saying it's impossible to do it.
I remember one guy did try to make fun of me in that sense,
and
I was like, hold on, who even are you? Who are you even talking to?
Wait, you literally say that to him.
I said to him, like, what do you even do for a living?
Straight up, yeah.
I was like, you worry about your grades. I worry about what's gonna happen to me after 5 years. I gotta do some shit. What are you on about?
Like you guys go study, go in your room, go to your private tutors, but don't, dude. Like if I'm doing something else on top of my studies, why are you trying to degrade me? Like that's I'm doing the right thing. Because if anything, you're doing a plan B and a plan C, plan A or whatever
so
you have.
I kind of I kind of put him in his place. I was like, yo, dude, it's just like you can criticize my ideas, you can talk to me about it, but don't fucking disrespect me with this.
You can't respect a human, bro.
Yeah,
you can't. It's like.
Especially like I remember I was like there was I still do this sometimes. But when I'm in the mood, I usually wear a coat, like suit and a coat. I think you've probably seen a picture of me.
Dude, I've seen you in one of your some of your videos, bro. You literally.
I was wearing a coat. Yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny, dude? I bought a new like professional work suit yesterday, just in case I have an interview for a job. Wallah.
Yesterday,
it was funny.
I love wearing suits. I love wearing suits.
No, I agree.
Anytime I go, it gives the person serious. Like,
it's not about the suit. Yeah. It's about the personality that it gives off, like the vibe.
It's a style. It's a style. Think of it as a style.
I'll be honest. I don't see it as a style. I see it as a way of showing what you are inside. Like that's all I see.
I'm definitely wearing a coat next podcast. Should have thought of that idea. I do go out with my coat sometimes. Now it's summer, so I just wear my shirt.
Yeah.
But for me, no.
Yeah.
Coats are just amazing. There's something about it. So yeah, for me,
Do you have like a Pakistani traditional thobe?
Yeah, I do. But I.
Wait, what do you think of it? Honestly, what do you think of that?
It's basically thobe. But like you can run with it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. I mean, it's good and it's beautiful when you wear a suit with it.
Oh yeah.
Because I went.
You mean like your ex-president?
Yeah. Imran Khan, yeah. You look like a diplomat. Dude, legit. He looked like
he looked like a Pakistani Matrix actor.
Literally, yeah, when he was wearing sunglasses at the same
Dude,
time. I chose the red pill. Now I'm prime minister.
Yeah.
No. For me, I remember I went to a Pakistan and India
Yeah.
match, and like all the Pakistanis are like watching the match live, cricket, and I love watching cricket. It's amazing. It's entertainment for me. So I told my friends, look, we're all gonna wear shalwar kameez, right? But I'm gonna wear a suit with it. To make more legit, everyone was wearing shalwar kameez that day. Just me and my friend, we were wearing suit. Both of us were just wearing suits.
On top of the thing.
On top of the on top of the thing, we're wearing a coat, so we looked professionals. And legit, everyone like I heard someone saying like, "Who are these diplomats? They look like they're from some people from the government."
That's funny, man.
I started laughing. I was like, "Shit!" Legit, we're the only ones wearing those. Everyone's wearing normal shalwar kameez. Just me and my friend wearing the suit or coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man. I had my hair like this back like this. I had long hair, so I did this like fully with gel. It was amazing. And we won that day. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
Beautiful, man.
I was coming back home, like it was in Matar Kadim. So I was going back. I was walking towards the metro station, that area, and I was still wearing my shalwar kameez and my coat, and I had my Afghan brother shopper. Some Indian guy comes, congratulations, you won the match today.
Wait, how did you know you were Pakistani?
I was wearing shalwar kameez and coat.
Wait, you don't wear that in India, right? Like Muslims do.
In India they wear it, but like it's different shape and design.
Makes sense, yeah.
They wear with colors, orange,
So it was
a little
obvious.
bit
It
of
was
texture.
pretty obvious that you were Pakistani.
Yeah, I was wearing a suit too. No one, I don't think an Indian would probably wear a suit.
Yeah.
It's just some crazy Pakistani guy. Yeah, no, and the way I looked, I guess too, a little bit whitish.
Yeah,
We're basically like the white Indians.
Right, like you could easily pass as an Arab guy.
Yeah.
You could
Oh,
pass-
really?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I've been mistaken. Like in the UK, I've been mistaken for a Pakistani so many times.
Oh yeah, true. Because there's a lot of Pakistanis there.
Dude, there's a lot.
There's a lot. Ton.
Yeah. And
Pakis.
don't say that.
Yeah. I know. Why is it a bad thing?
Bro, look, guys.
Oh, one British guy who told me.
Uni friends, I don't know. I have nothing to do with this. This is a guy who has never. He is an actual Pakistani, so you guys can't say anything. So you can say.
I can say it, right?
No. I mean, you can say you're Pakistani. You can say.
Yeah, but what's wrong with
I
saying Paki?
don't know.
Bro, I said it, and
It's-
some
it's
white British friend I have, right? He's like, "Yo, don't say that. It's so controversial." And also, it's like I said the N
I
word.
mean, it's like you're literally, how can you offend yourself?
I'm
if you're-
Pakistani, bro.
It's like, by the way, I used to say that word. I say Paki before I was in the UK
Yeah,
because it sounds easy. Like he's
yeah.
It's
He's a Paki.
it's respectful. Like
It sounds cool.
it
Like,
sounds cool. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. But like, how is it disrespectful, man? I don't get it. And can I be honest with you, bro? Like, I think it comes because with this colonization thing. I think it comes from a place inside where you think it's like the inferiority complex. You think you're worth less than the European or the Arab,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and you think that just because you're this Pakistani, that it's a bad thing. So when they call you that where you are, you become upset. I unfortunately, many Arabs have the same thing. It's like when you call them, like when you, for example, when you associate Arabs, this is very true for most Arabs. I don't care if you're Khaliji, dude. This is true for like most Arabs. If you tell them your country is a desert, they're gonna get offended.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a desert, dude. I mean, it is a desert,
but
dude. Iraq is 40% desert.
Desert,
Syria
yes.
is 60% desert.
But-
How is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
It's just Allah created this
Yeah,
world for you.
It's
If
just
anything,
stereotypical,
if anything, it's cool that your people were able to live in the desert for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, dude,
And
who
you were
cares?
the best of the best out of the desert. Your ancestors were like,
Yeah.
legit ruling the world in those type of
Exactly. So it's very
innovating
upsetting.
in
It's very
those
upsetting when people aren't proud of. Like, dude, it's just like a whole like thing.
I
man.
feel like small-minded people. It's like someone in the street, so it tells me like, oh fuck you, like that. In that sense, I'll be like, okay, all right, whoever you are, you're probably angry, you're probably drunk. I'll move on. Someone calls me Paki in the UK street, I'll be like, thanks, man. Thank you, white guy.
That's how you win in life. Well,
I was like,
telling you,
alright.
it's all about perspective. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's like,
Dude, they're not gonna hurt you. They're not gonna.
why
affect
would I
you.
ruin my day? By
Obsessing
going
over
punch
over a
someone? And
word. Yeah.
yeah. So, like for me, that's like I don't really get
Yeah.
offended by that, but I do get offended if someone like I think if someone lies, I think that's where I kind of like lose respect in a sense. You can disrespect me with making those jokes, but like someone like disrespect you in a way like with your ambitions and
No,
lying.
that's different. Yeah.
Ambitions and lying to me in a sense,
That's like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, bro.
and lying
What-
to yourself.
Dude,
That-
when someone attacks your work, that's like that's like war. That's like being an
Yeah.
enemy. Because that's hurting. That can hurt you, bro. Because
Yeah.
like if someone is like commenting in your videos bad
Your-
things
your-
all the time, as just
your
spamming,
belief.
just spamming stuff in your comments, or like going on your
Exactly.
Instagram making fun of you, or sending your
Yeah.
video, for example, to your dad, telling him look at your son. That's like war because
He's ruining your hustle, bro.
I remember one friend of mine. He commented me on YouTube. I don't know why he was talking to me like that, but he said, "Oh yeah, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm streaming." He's like, "Do you make any money?" I was like, "No, not yet." I'm talking to him while I'm
They
playing.
always
video game.
ask that question.
I was like, not yet. I was like, no problem. He asked me, no problem. He's my friend. No problem. He's like, dude, I already got like 2 businesses. He says in the comment, I already got 2 businesses. Like, I'm already making money. I was like, okay, dude, if you want to talk about business, I got some business on the other head, but don't fucking show off to me, right? Like, you don't even know what I do. It's just because I'm doing YouTube and I don't have a job or anything. And he kind of like rubbed it off in my face. I was like, okay, dude. Like, he says, oh, I have 2 businesses running. I was like, what business? Like, you're probably working for your father. That's it. Like, what business do you have? Like, and I was like, okay, dude. I kind of like ignored it, but I was like, okay, this is how the person is. I was like, all right, no problem. But I was like, really, like, you really had to rub it off. You don't even know who I am just because I did YouTube. And he's my friend, but he doesn't know like my personal stuff, the background. Yeah. I got a family business that my sister just started. It's a Bakhur perfume company, right?
You told us about it. I heard it.
Yeah. So for that, right? She's doing that. That's technically this is a family company, not just me, right? So like I can help them out anytime. I probably have to take care of it one day, inshallah, maybe. And I got other plans too. It's just because I'm doing YouTube doesn't like really.
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you this, bro.
Right.
Let's say you're not making money and you stay like this for 10 years. At least you're doing something that's not like haram or bad or hurting you. At least you're releasing stress.
But like for me 10 years is not 10 years is a lot.
No, but you know what I mean, bro. Like
let's just say 2 years.
No, but like okay, I mean let's say if you like it if you actually enjoy what you're doing and many people are benefiting from it and you feel spiritually successful because you're helping other people around the world. You may do it for 10 years. Wallah, who knows? I'm not saying you want to.
This will be
it's not about the number. It's just about the way perspective.
You love it. If it's your passion. I do agree. This is
not harming you. That's like it's not harming you. It's not anything wrong with you, and you're establishing connections with people. You're talking to people.
For me, this is like
you're meeting people like we met the first time.
Exactly.
Like it's a pleasure, man.
This is our first time. I would never expect this.
This was literally the first time I meet this guy in real life, and I'm very happy. Alhamdulillah, I took this opportunity to meet this guy before I traveled back to.
Bro, I'm happy you're in my podcast. This is the first time we met. This is like first time doing this kind of stuff, and I think many more will become like this.
Inshallah, man. Yeah.
It's amazing the way the world works in a sense. For me, to be honest, dude, this is like. I know for a fact I'm gonna start earning money sooner or later.
Inshallah.
I mean, that's in my head. Like, I have to take care of my family. I'm like the only son, so like, I don't know. Are you the only son too? Or
no, I'm one of 2 sons, but like my brother is too young, so like he's not.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah.
So you have to take care of the family.
Yeah,
so you know the pressure.
We have the pressure. Yeah.
Like you gotta earn money straight away. Like you'll wish to just earn like 20K per month. Like they're like we'll earn anyway in any sense because and you see from your eyes from your parents like, they want to retire. You can just see them.
I mean, they're old, man.
And you kind of get pissed off, like.
Why am I not doing anything? Like when they were our age, they were doing so much back home, And
like they still have to work.
Yeah.
And we're still young. For me, that's because my parents are in their 50s, and I'm like still 18.
Likewise, yeah. My dad's in his 50s, mom's in her 40s.
Yeah. So both of them, like for me, like, and I was born late. So like for me, for that reason, like I'm the only son too. So like all the pressure's on me. So I'm taking a huge risk starting a YouTube channel. Because this is like you don't know when you're gonna get paid.
Well, I'll tell you what, bro. You don't have to. Like, you can just spend 1 to 2 hours a day on YouTube. Like for example, planning, recording, and editing. You can just do that like 1 2 hours a day every day in the week. Literally. But like, I don't think that can affect your life, inshallah. I think. Right. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, but like for me, like at the same time, I don't like university in a sense, right? For me, for that reason, like I have no interest of taking university. You want some water?
No, I appreciate it.
Sure.
I'll drink afterwards. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Brian, I forgot to tell you. For me, like, university, I think it's not just for me. It's just for financial reasons. I think that too. It's like, why am I spending that much just for?
I mean, college? I said this before, bro. I'm doing university as like plan B. I'm not really
exactly.
Because I'll tell you what, bro. Because I'm more of a business focused guy.
Same.
But if I can't pursue my business as a plan A, I can just do B. Because I'll tell you what, with Iraq, bro.
Right.
We just came out of like a few major wars.
Yes.
Like in the past 20 years.
Yeah.
So. Now there's plenty of opportunity to do many things.
True.
Schools, starting businesses, starting projects, sell cars from Germany, for example.
Everything is
stuff like that. Like you can do so much with Iraq because it's like selling because there's no.
It's high demand. It'll be high demand.
There's no competition, man.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm really like hyped to do something in Iraq soon.
Exactly.
Because I went there recently. Like I was there like 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Dude, the situation has been improving a lot and it's being more stable now, much more peaceful. There is no, but like, on paper there's no ISIS. But
right.
ISIS is an idea.
Right.
So there's still ISIS people, but there's no actual ISIS territory.
Yeah, it's all in the media. I would say this.
Yeah, as you said, it's all in the media. It's all like projected to show it much worse. You know,
like crime is gonna happen, but not right outside next to your door. Maybe it will, unfortunately, but it's not gonna be like everywhere in a sense.
Yeah, with the UK, they see there's like stabbings, but it's not like
it's not everywhere. You know,
it's not everywhere. Yeah. Just be street smart, and you're gonna be good.
Yeah, be careful in some neighborhoods. Timing where you're going.
Neighborhoods, some cities, some towns, you can't raise kids there. Maybe that's
timing and people which people are going towards that area. For me, those are the kind of stuff. For like. When I think of starting a business, I think of like, do it for your country. I think that's what I think in my head. Do it for the civilization. I think that's a take and I take. If you want to be successful, do it for some, not just for yourself. Obviously for yourself, you're obviously gonna get something for yourself. Yeah. But who are you giving to? Who's benefiting from your business? You know, who are your customers?
You have a good mindset.
So you have to have customers who are. You have to know who your customers are. That's the one thing. So if your customers are Iraqi people. Yeah, I think you're gonna do well. Inshallah.
That's why I talk to many people. I try to talk to as many people as I can because I want to try and know like what the market needs, especially the Arab market, Middle East market, Iraq market. Because, like I'll tell you what, bro, good communicators aren't many. Most people aren't very good at communicating. Like you probably know, like because you talk a lot about two people like Discord. Not all people have this skill to project their ideas and get what they want from the audience. Yeah. Not everyone has that. No, that's why there's hard. So few like millionaires, billionaires out there who start their own companies with so much risk. Yes. But they know what the market needs. Yeah. That's the thing, man.
Right. So they know everything. They don't do it for like out of risk. You know, they take risks, but they know what the outcomes are.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me that's the only reason. Like obviously this is non-profited. I haven't that much spent. The only things I spent was probably on some games I bought on my PlayStation 5 to stream, microphones. Yeah. I'm borrowing. This is my sister's microphone to work out. This is the only microphone.
I respect that.
Yeah, and then the cameras. These are the 3 cameras. That's the only cameras that we're using.
Great, man.
Yeah. So basically, I'm not spending that much money. I'm spending my time. That's it, right? And for me, for that, I'm doing well. It's non-profited business. Think of that way, right? You don't need investors.
But it has a lot of potential because you could get advertisements. You get investors. You get partnerships, bro.
Yeah, you're not losing anything.
Not losing.
You're just losing your time. That's it.
Yeah.
And for me, that's why. And plus, I love being in media. And like, I don't mind being in the camera and that kind of stuff. For me, like being in front of audience too, I don't mind that too. I can talk on stage, no problem. This is easy for me. Like I'll tell you, my 2 favorite classes in school. Was drama and art.
Wow.
These were the 2. I loved it. Every time I went, I was excited. Listen, I remember the art teacher would just come with her Canon camera and just take pictures of my artwork. That's how much I was in love with those kind of stuff. And for me, drama.
Asking, did you create that?
Yeah, I did.
Can you show it the camera? Like, it's nice. I don't know if you showed it before on your YouTube channel. But I guess
I did.
I think you posted it on Instagram.
I did.
But yeah, that looks great. Yeah, that looks great, man. I didn't realize you made it until you started speaking. I started putting 2 and 2 together. And I was like, wow, he actually created that. Mashallah.
I do that. Yes.
Beautiful, man. Yeah. What genre is that? Abstract? What do you call it? Like, I'm not even sure what that is, but it just looks nice. Looks clean, bro. It fits in with the lights as well, like the LED lights.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I created this on digital art.
Yeah.
I think it's abstract. You can say it's abstract because it has triangles, a lot of triangles. But I actually trying to make crystal that's coming from the light. So it's like a red crystal. So that's the type of thing I created. But the outcome was amazing. I even streamed this for 4 hours. I was streaming it, like the webcam was just looking, and I was just painting it.
Did you actually upload that?
Upload it. It's on video right now.
Mashallah.
It's like 4 hours. I'm just talking to my friends on Discord while I'm just painting quietly.
Amazing, man.
Yeah, and it didn't look nice.
Dude, I've always been into that multitasking thing. I've been always for many, let's say 3 years now, I've been working on how to do as much multitasking as possible at once.
Right.
And I've been doing this. Like I noticed my personality. I don't like wasting time. And like here right now, being here, I'm not only catching up with a friend, meeting a guy, having fun.
Right.
I'm also learning, educating people, and asking people to comment stuff that I may have.
Right. You never know who you're gonna influence. Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly.
So it's like I always try my best, inshallah, to never waste my time and waste other people's time.
It's like you're hanging out with your friend, but it's being recorded. Because you probably have those moments, right? You're talking to your friend, and it's like deep thought talk.
Yeah.
But it's not being recorded, and you in the end, you're like, oh, I wish it was recorded, man. We could have at least kept it ourselves. Yeah. Probably maybe share it in there.
And we're young, and many people want to listen to young people speak their mind, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all these old people talking. Yeah.
Only Joe Rogan is young. He's one of us.
Okay. Wait, do you listen to Impulsive, by the way?
I listen to Impulsive depending on the person.
I was actually very surprised by how decent many other episodes can be.
Yeah.
I was very
Impulsive was shit.
From the beginning.
But then now they kind of became.
Now, that's when it started.
They're mature.
Attracting my attention. Yeah, very mature. Yeah.
Joe Rogan was.
I love when they
best,
talk
yeah.
about addictions, especially with Mike's addictions. You know, he
he even had a book out for it too.
Yeah, the book, bro, it was
yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
I read the story. It's amazing.
yeah.
The way he got out of it. I don't think a lot of people can do that. Yeah, no, they all have their own ambitions and stuff. Like, it's incredible. Like, these
But it's
guys
very
are
motivating. That's the thing. They keep making you want to hustle more. You
I want to be in their team just to like.
Dude, you just want to work out. You want to start a company. Just listening to them, you're like,
Dude.
I need to do something.
And like, have you seen their locations now? They're different places and different places to do podcasts.
Yeah. So basically, when they went to the UK, they you remember the guy who was hosting
George. What's his name?
I'm trying. Yeah, it's like is the Scottish guy in the UK.
Yeah, Scottish guy. I forgot his name.
Let me remember.
Big George. I don't know. It's something like that.
Yeah, it's like a J.
He's a commentator too.
Either way, he's a commentator that commentates in the UK. He's very big there, and they use his studio.
Use his room. Yeah, I know.
So that's what it is about.
It's pretty sick.
That's the thing when you meet people, it can help you in the future. Inshallah, one day you can come to the UK. We can have like a whole setup for you. It's gonna be sick.
Inshallah, bro.
Well, we can we can do so much. Like if you just know people.
Yeah, dude.
Because that's what Entertain. You know what's funny? Entertain was actually saying this in one of his episodes. He was saying the reason why he became so rich is because he knew a lot of people. He says this like when shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
And you need help. Who's gonna give you another passport? Who's gonna bring you into their house when your local country has a war? Like who's gonna help you? You need people that can help you, that can stick to you.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I find that very admirable. And
Entertain, right? That's
Entertain said that. Yeah.
And Entertain said he's a trillionaire. He's like the first trillionaire. I'm like, what do you mean?
No, I don't think.
But
I mean, he said he has. He said publicly he has 100 million.
But someone asked like, do you really have trillionaire? No, I have trillionaire in a sense that everyone knows who I am.
Exactly.
And I can ask for help. He has people behind him.
He has a good point.
Generally, people with $1 billion and they still have their wife divorce them, and they're like single until now. It's like that's like these are the type of billionaires who are depressed. Yeah. Like look at Bill Gates.
I mean, like Johnny Depp, he's not even a billionaire, but like, look what happened to him. He's a successful guy got screwed over by some woman who just like wasn't a good person.
Right.
Like, dude, like, it's such a small thing. Like, what are the chances?
I hate.
What are the chances you marry someone and they turn out to be like a total polar opposite of what they actually showed that they were. Like they're just different.
Not just that, right?
Yeah.
In the Western civilization, the relationship is this, right? You do one wrong thing, right? You cannot ask for mercy. You just like straight away split up.
Wait, can you give me an example? Like, what do you mean?
Like for example, right?
They don't have patience. They don't work on the relationship.
They're like in marriage, right? In Islam. Yeah. Our first mindset is how to solve the problem. The end thing, the worst scenario is for divorce.
That's right.
Divorce is not the first option.
Especially
for them,
have kids, yeah.
Yeah, for them, divorce is the first option.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate in their culture.
Yeah.
And it's like a normal thing to do. It's not normal to divorce straight away.
You can't find a perfect spouse anyway. There's no perfect spouse.
There's no perfect
flaws, bro.
Yeah, it's a delusional idea that it's perfect. It's not perfect, and you're definitely gonna have fights. And if you're having fights and your option is divorced, you don't even know how to have relationships in the first place.
Yeah.
That's just one thing I don't think a lot of people understand. Did Maghrib even start?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
All right, I think it's better we end it here. We can talk.
Oh, might have started, bro. We didn't even hear that for some reason.
Yeah, bro. I was like, the sun has set. Yeah. All right, thank you for having me record you and have a podcast with you. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure being here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. Really,
anytime, man.
Legit, thank you for spending your time here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, bro.
Sorry, guys. Pray your 5 prayers.
Pray your 5 prayers. Don't eat junk food. Bye bye.